welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let's ignore the fact that my barber was out sick and a new barber ruined my haircut, but welcome everybody to the stream. How we all doing? We're just not going to speak about the haircut today. Let's just not speak about it. That's the aim. We're just ignoring it. In fact, I might put my hood up. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Today, our guest is the Gara Show. Big welcome to Gara. It's like a reverse R9. It's like a reverse R9. I don't know what to tell you. Now, is the lighting making it look worse than it is? Yes. But is it also not what I would hope? Yes. But look, we'll move. We'll continue. We'll pretend it didn't happen. If you start making fun of me, I will put my hood up. I'm warning you now. Welcome everybody to the stream. I'm seeing the chat popping off. Welcome to anybody from Gara's community. How are we all doing? Have I seen worse? Yes. Well, then there you go. Thank you for the... When you order Ronaldo off Wish. Okay, chat, that's enough. Come on. That's enough. That's enough. Need the scare mask? No, come on. We don't need a mask. I'm okay. It's not that bad. It actually looks good. I'll take that. It's just this bit, chat. It's just this bit. You went a little bit short. You went a little bit short. Like Gara. You went a little bit short. And I wasn't happy. Can you get a shout out? Sure. Shout out to you, Avi Daya. Love Funky, can I do Stone Cold Ghost? I'm not doing Stone Cold Ghostface, okay? This is Q and Play. This is not Funky Does Impressions, okay? We're going to be joined by Gara very shortly. I'll be calling him up. We're going to get to know Gara a little bit. We have a few questions for him. The video on YouTube has decided that there was copyright in it, so it's working on fixing that, and it'll be fixed later on tonight. Don't worry about it. Did I get Ronde? Yes, I did. Not heroic, no. Just regular. Jay, what's going on? So yeah, as always, if you're not sure what this is, Q and Play is basically where we have a new guest on every single week. We get them involved, we get them out to you guys to watch. We bring in maybe some of their viewers to kind of see some other sides of the community on both sides. It's all a bit of crack, it's all a bit of fun. We don't take it seriously. But the bottom line is, I'm going to be asking them questions today. We have the Gara Show on. And he's decided to pick a game for us to play. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the game is yet. I'm going to let Gara do that. But he's picked a game that I'm absolutely trash at. So let me get my excuses out of the way. My haircut was bad, so I'm in a bad mood. I have a headache. It's raining out. I don't play well on Tuesdays. What other excuses can I get, chat? Come on. Food poisoning. I have food poisoning. So I'm just getting all my excuses out of the way for when I do perform badly, and I don't normally perform badly. When I do, that's why. What's going on, Ross? How we doing? Thank you very much, B Phenom, for the follow. So yeah, we're gonna ring up Gara now. We're gonna join him. I'll also have a headache with that haircut. Okay. Less of that, please. Less of that, please. Anyway, let's give Gara a call. I'm gonna ring you now. If it's FIFA, no. I'm actually not bad at FIFA. Okay, this game I'm bad at. I'm okay at FIFA. I mean, I can't defend, but I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. Anyway, let's give Gara a little ring. Turn the music off. There he is. How are you doing, man? Nice to see you. Well, to talk to you, I suppose. I'm doing good, man. How's your day been? How's your day? I know you've been a busy boy today. How's your day been? Mm-hmm. Okay, they've just said they can't hear you at all. Hang on. Roll. Raggy? Hang on a minute. Technical difficulties. This happened the last time, and I fixed it. Hang on. It keeps resetting to default. Hang on a second. So if I put you on that, right? Say something now, Gary.
Hello. Can Funky Towns chat hear me?
Can we hear him, chat? before we go any further, let's make sure we can hear him. Is Gara a nickname for Scooby? For Scooby? No. 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 Not in the English language, anyway. No. They say they can't. All right. Oh, God. All right, we're having a disaster here. Hang on a minute. Technical difficulties. Just about can hear him. No, you're on. You're on. I'm fairly loud now. I'd say it hear me fairly quick. Yeah, no. Hang on. Let me try change it to this. Yeah, although it should be fine. You can't hear him. Right. Talk there. I'm seeing.
Hello.
Okay, that should be perfect because I'm looking at my audio mixer here and you're going.
Oh yeah, Funky's audience, can you hear me? Hello.
Can we hear him, chat? Before we go any further, can we hear him? There we go. Okay, perfect. Right. Now, Gary, the first thing I ask everybody is to introduce himself a little bit in the chat. Some of the chat already know who you are, but just kind of introduce yourself, what you're all about, what you do on your channel, and then we'll get into the important, well, the not so important stuff, I suppose, where it's going to be all a bit of nonsense. But tell everyone about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is TheGaraShow. Streamer, been streaming for about 4 years. Yeah, do many FIFA content at the moment. Started off with a lot of Fortnite stuff. You know, when Fortnite was booming, that was kind of crazy. I host some events. I do a bit of commentary on the side, and yeah, just like having fun, having the crack. You know, I feel like with streaming, I as much as I'm tied to FIFA, I like kind of the entertainment side of it. I like, you know, bringing energy and having a bit of fun and including chat and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
that's good. I think we're quite similar in that we're both very energetic. I'd like to think anyway. So
yeah,
chat, you're in for a treat today, chat. You're in for an absolute treat today. Get ready. Get ready, right? So Garrett, as I mentioned, whenever a guest comes on, they pick the game that we're going to play. Do you want to tell the chat what we're playing today? I got my excuses out of the way, but tell them what we're going to be playing.
So I know obviously, if you were to be if you're a guessing person, you'd be like, oh, it's probably going to play FIFA. But I said today I'd mix it up. Today we're going into a game that not only I'm bad at, but apparently Funky Town's bad at as well. We are playing Call of Duty Warzone.
We're playing Warzone, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I did not know you were bad at this as well. Now, honestly,
I'm terrible.
Are you one of these people that say you're bad, but you're not actually bad? Because
No.
I'm bad.
No. Trust me, I'm the type of guy who, if I'm mediocre at a game, I'm like, oh, I'm class. But if I'm bad at a game and I tell you I'm bad at a game, you know I'm bad at a game.
This would be great content then. Just chat. You'll love this. You'll love getting to watch this. Two people are absolute trash at the game. What better content could you want? Right now,
I mean, there you go.
I don't even know how this works. I don't know how to invite you or anything.
Great.
So I don't know if you want to invite me. Do you know that much?
I do, yeah, no. I know how to work the menus, but my knowledge doesn't really extend past that now, Tom. So we'll start here. I have to find you online at the moment. There you are now, Funky. Right, I've invited you there, Funky.
Accept invite. I'm joining.
Look at this.
Is that bloody Godzilla I hear in the background? What the hell was that?
Yeah. I had this game open when your intro was playing, and I was like, Jesus, is Tom hungry or something? There's a lot of growling going on in the background. I don't know what was going on. Yeah.
Is that Bruce Willis?
Yeah, it is, yeah. He's not wearing any socks or anything, look.
Here. What the hell is going on? I haven't played this game in about 2 years. When did it come out? I haven't played it since it came out.
Oh, man, this came out a while ago. But yeah, I mean, they've added in stuff. They've kind of taken Fortnite's route with it, and they've done a lot of crossovers. Like, they've added in King Kong and Godzilla, and they were like battling on the map, but then everybody got pissed off because they were getting like slapped up by King Kong all the time. So they took them out of the game recently. But Bruce Willis is still in, so that's a big win.
So hang on a minute. They had King Kong and Godzilla, and they took them out.
Yeah, I think they took them out, yeah.
Why?
People weren't liking it because what happened was, right, you'd land into the game and it was bad enough, right, having other players to worry about, but you've King Kong and Godzilla absolutely just slapping each other like a night after coppers right in the center of the map, and they're jumping around. They're not like standing still, they're jumping around the map as well. So yeah, it was crazy. And then like you could get like you know the way you get like a UAV or like an airstrike or something. There was one where you could get Godzilla to breathe fire over a certain part of the map, man. It was madness.
And who's complaining about that? It's brilliant.
I know, no, it's brilliant on paper, man. But you play one game of that, and you'll know all about it.
Ah, listen, I'd be delighted. I'd be trying to ride Godzilla around the map if I could. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
So here's a story. Listen, there's Battle Royale, okay,
Right.
and then there's Rebirth. Rebirth means that we get to revive over and over again, but it's super intense and it's like constantly happening. With Battle Royale, it's a bit more slower paced and it's more based around the end game.
That's
Which
the
one would you
gulag-
like?
That's the gulag and all that nonsense, is it?
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more slow paced. I feel like with the other one, there won't be much conversation. You'd just be screaming all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when we're both apparently shit at it. So that's
True.
not a
Yeah,
good
very true. Very true.
That's not a good thing. So, my mum said it's just said across the room, is that a cartoon talking? No.
Cartoon.
Is that a cartoon? So you're gonna have a lot of Irish today, chat. So try bear with it. And generally, when Irish people talk to each other, the more Irish comes out. So
It's so true. So true.
yeah, if you get to a point where you don't understand us, although I personally think it's worse, and you might say different, but I think it's worse when a dub talks to a dub. It gets a lot worse. Like when I was talking to Jamie when I had him on, I felt my accent got a lot more dubbed than it usually is.
Yeah, it happens to the country as well. Like, I feel like my accent, generally speaking, is like, kind of, I don't know, like neutral-ish country Irish, right? It's like, it's not too country, but it's country. When I start talking to somebody from the country as well, I just end up sounding like a farmer. I don't know, man. It just kind of, it comes out, you know what I mean? It kind of, you're talking to somebody with the same accent, it comes out in you.
Oh, 100% agree. So you kind of answered the question now. What do I do? Do I need to press anything?
No, we're fine here, man. You just sit pretty. Yeah, we're grand.
Okay, just say and look good. We will open questions to the chat towards the end, by the way, so do stick around for that. Generally, for the last like 20 minutes, half an hour, I'll open questions to the chat and they can kind of ask you a couple of questions. But I did want to ask you, and you kind of touched on it already, that you started off with Fortnite back when it was big. Oh, there's Jamie. Stop talking. But what originally got you into streaming? What was the kind of thing that said, okay, let me give this a shot?
Yeah, so when I was gaming, you know, through college, it kind of stuck with me. From a kid, I was playing FIFA, Call of Duty, all the usual stuff, and then through college, I was it was just like a pastime. And then what happened is I got to a point where I was playing games with my friends, and instead of my friends playing the games, sometimes they'd want to just watch me and just chill out. Like I had a friend, his name was Darren. He was a big kind of part of why I started streaming. He'd just sit back and watch. Yeah, shout out to Darren, what a guy. He'd sit back and watch me, and he'd be bursting out laughing at me, like screaming at FIFA and screaming at Fortnite and crying and all. And I was like, you know what? If I can make one person laugh, surely this is like applicable to like multiple people. So I was like, why not give it a go? So I just started streaming from the PlayStation. I started giving it a lash, and yeah, and the next thing you know, I started building up a community. You know, I was streaming with another friend at the time as well. He was like in my party all the time, so we were constantly chatting back and forth, and then it was pretty easy to kind of bring chat into it, include them, and then just over time, man, community grew and grew, and here we are.
That's fantastic. So you originally, you started on Twitch directly. You didn't have any other kind of output. It was just, let me start streaming on Twitch, or did you start somewhere else first?
Yeah, no, it was directly on Twitch. You know, I didn't really have any experience. I barely had any experience in video or anything outside of that. I was kind of learning it as I go, and Twitch at the time was like popping off. Like the likes of Ninja, who were playing Fortnite, and they were doing absolute bits, and Tfue was on the up as well, and a lot of these kind of content creators / pros at the time, and I was like, man, surely I can do that, but give it an entertaining twist. So that was kind of the route I went with it. But yeah, Twitch to start.
Oh, that's interesting. So how long before you started to kind of branch out towards other content? Because you said you started with Fortnite and stuff. What made you kind of say, oh, let me try something else. Let me try a bit of FIFA, for example, or let me try this, let me try that. What made you do that? Where we jumping here? But we're going here.
Yeah, I just say blue marker anywhere there. It'll be grand in the forest as long as we're hidden. But yeah, so to start off, it was like I streamed Fortnite because I really enjoyed it. I was getting good viewership and all. Obviously, that's kind of where I got partner from. And I started off with FIFA on the side too, because I always have a big love for football, and those always a kind of a part of my life. But with Fortnite, it took over because it was doing so well, and I was having a lot of fun with it. But through years of streaming Fortnite, it got to a point where I was like the audience doesn't match me. Like I had too many kind of young kids in the chat, and I knew they were there for Fortnite. They weren't there to actually connect with me. For me as a streamer, my number one priority is like making that connection with the viewer so that they connect with just me, and that's why they're there. It's not because of the game. It's not because I'm offering them a service. And I knew Fortnite was not the game where I was going to get that on. Like a lot of the people who were streaming Fortnite and who were getting that kind of value, they're very PG streamers that kind of made it family friendly. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if I want to go down that route. I want to be open to what I'm doing, but I want to connect with viewers. So I kind of changed over to FIFA. And with that process as well, I changed my name to TheGaraShow. I was formerly known as Absolute Filth, which was a terrible name. and then, yeah, so I changed to FIFA, changed my name to TheGaraShow, and opportunities started sprouting up. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is the game for me. And kind of kept with it since.
So while we're on the subject, why TheGaraShow? Because I know your name is not Gara. So why TheGaraShow? Yeah,
so my second name is actually Gara.
Okay.
Yeah, so my first name is Chris, so it's Chris O'Gara. Now,
okay.
where the name, where the name came from originally is mad. So basically, my brother, when he was in school, he used to have guys try to like bully him, and he used to always tell the story so fucking well. I'm not going to do it justice, but he used to have guys come in and they'd be like,
on me.
Oh no, I can see them. I'm going to go for them now. Hold on.
I don't even see them, to be honest. Oh,
I see him. He's right here. He's right here. Yeah. I'm gonna go for the kill, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna finish this story after I get the kill.
Don't even know if that's gonna be close, but I fucked it. No, it wasn't.
Got one.
I'm coming, but slowly.
Ah, he's dead. Sorry, as I was saying. So yeah, this guy like tried to always pick on my brother in school.
Hang on a minute. I'm shy. Casually 2 kills. Hang on a minute. Casually walks over to 2 boys and just kills the both of them.
No. I only got one. His mate's here somewhere. Don't worry, fuck. Hold on. There's a spot for you to get a kill here as well. Don't worry. Don't you worry, pal. Don't you worry.
I'm here. I don't even know how to deploy my shield. Oh, why? All right, sorry. Continue. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, there's a guy in the other one.
Yeah, I'm down.
He's nearly dead. Oh, you down, are you? Oh no.
I'm fucked.
Can you find cover?
I'm behind a tree, but let me crawl towards this thing over here. There's cover over here.
Good man.
I'm dead. I'm wrecked. Don't worry.
Oh no.
I'm gonna win the gulag. I haven't been in the gulag since it started, so I don't even know if the gulag's different. Have no idea. But chat, you're going to witness me be absolutely horrendous at this game. Same thing happened. We played Fortnite on one of these, and I was absolutely horrendous. I was shooting people in the knees while I was aiming for their head. It was not impressive. This is why I didn't join in that event. The
Yeah. Oh, I got killed as well. But yeah, like it's my brother. There was a guy in school, and instead of calling him old Gara, he'd be like, Gara, what are you doing, man, Gara? And he'd keep annoying him saying Gara instead of old Gara, and I just found it so funny. So in college, I told this to my friends, and they started nicknaming me Gara, and then that's pretty much where it came from. I'll let you give in the. Oh, there's a guy in front of you. Oh no.
Wrecked. I got wrecked. Hey Dan, thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate it. So that's where it came from. It kind of came from. You stole your brother's nickname, is what you're telling us.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I told it to my friends in college, and then they started calling me Gara as a piss take as well.
Okay.
In a similar fashion. I didn't tell them, oh, call me Gara, but then they did because it was funny. And yeah, and then I was like, right, I want a name that kind of suits entertainment. I want a name that's kind of, it sounds stupid, but it sounds stupid enough that you're like, I'm going to click on this. What's this about? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the idea.
Talking to people about stupid names. I mean, come on. Funky town with a zero.
Me too. Funky town. Love that name, Rods.
Not even just a regular town, just town with a zero in it, just to be awkward. You know why? Do you know why I have zero in it? Because Funky Town 49 was already taken, apparently.
Ah, that's criminal.
I know.
No!
Yeah, I think I'll take the blame for that one. I think I distracted you there.
It's all good. But I like Funky Town. Solid name.
So, well, it was better. My original name was Batman 49. So I'm glad I changed it from that. I'm glad I changed it.
Love that.
How do I get out? I don't even know how to exit this game. How do I do this?
Oh, no, yeah, you don't need to do anything. I click next game, so it does it automatically. Yeah.
2 Irish people waffling on is what I came to watch. I love that. Thank you very much, because that's what you're gonna get. So you mentioned that you move from Fortnite to FIFA, and you kind of got your partnership around on Twitch playing Fortnite. How long did it take you to kind of reach that? And was that something that you originally had set as a goal, or was it something that you kind of, as you were streaming, you kind of, oh, what's this? oh, that's cool, and then you realized, oh, I can apply for this. Let me apply for this, and you just kind of casually got it, or was it something, again, that you kind of set out to try and achieve a goal that you set, basically?
Yeah, so with the whole partnership thing, like I always wanted to try and make it big on Twitch. Like that was the goal. It was a hobby, but it was a hobby I was passionate about, and I want to keep growing. Not only just as a person, but I want to grow my stream as well. I think it was when I was getting around 30 or 40 average viewers, I was like, you know what? Why don't I just try push for this number and try achieve this goal? And yeah, just through months and months of streaming and getting rejected and streaming again, and crazy. It's tough. It's mentally tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, waking up every day checking your emails and
I know too well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I got there in the end anyways, and yeah, we're really glad I did.
Congratulations on that, first of all. I know people, like, it's something that when you start off on Twitch, it's something, well, I don't speak to everyone here, but I can only speak my point of view on it, that I was something I was adamant I wanted to achieve. It was a goal I set, and I wasn't going to be happy until I achieved it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you achieve it, not much changes. You don't.
Yeah, it doesn't. No.
You don't suddenly get like you don't suddenly all get all the big bucks, chat. You don't suddenly get all the deals. You don't suddenly become a household name. Nothing much changes. You get a little bit of perks from it, but nothing outstanding. So, but it is a nice goal. Not to talk down on it. It is a nice goal to try and aim and achieve, because you always want to have something. Hey, this is the next thing I want to achieve. This is the next thing I want to reach. So having those goals are good in the first place. But as you mentioned at the start, sorry, oh wait, we're not even in a game. We're in a lobby. I was there concentrating, looking for something. Oh, I've got shot as well. Let me make sure no one's near me before I ask this question, I was thinking. But what I was going to say was, you mentioned about you doing commentating and stuff. So how did you get into that? Because I've been in your streams quite a few times, and you are very engaging towards your chat. I find it very easy to listen to you when I'm in your streams. I think you're very good at speaking. You know when to stop speaking. I can speak a bit too much, I found. But, what kind of got you into the commentating? Was it someone approached you, or was it something you actively sought out to do?
Yeah, so what happened is I used to host my own tournaments through Fortnite. I was like, on the route to partnership, I was like, how can I elevate my game? How can I up the odds? You know what I mean? How can I do this on a higher scale, get more people in, and show more people what I'm doing? And I was like, why don't I do an event? So I hosted a lot of Fortnite tournaments. I was getting really good viewership at them, and a lot of people were finding me in the Fortnite scene because of it, which is great. So I kind of used that as a way for me to learn new skills, such as hosting and commentating. Like, I remember my first event, I was like, what am I doing? I don't know. I haven't looked up like ever a YouTube video how to commentate, how to host, how to use your speech in certain ways. I just didn't have a clue. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll just give it a go. And through that, I got good experience. Then the guys behind Gamerfest and obviously Legion now, they reached out to me. And they were like, oh, we've seen what you can do. Do you want to do it for us on a certain level? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I did some stage work with them at, I think it was Gamerfest in Limerick. And they loved my stage presence. They loved me getting the crowd involved. And they were like, yeah, we want you to do this for us more often. So they started getting me to do their events. And not only obviously in real life, but online as well. And through that, I've been working with Legion. And yeah, it's got me a lot of opportunities and a lot of different things. Even with working with Norwich at the moment in 1J Esports, they found me through my commentating and through my hosting, and not actually as a content creator. So it's mad what kind of avenues you can find through doing different things like that.
That was something I was going to bring up next, actually. The whole the Legion Arena stuff. How did you kind of see that at first? Was it something that you were like, okay, this could be interesting, or was it something you were very excited to do, or was it something that you were a bit like, oh, I don't know if that's my cup of tea, or if I don't know if I particularly want to do that? Because I know it can be a bit daunting when you get that. Do you want to host basically this whole entire thing? It's all on your back, but it's on someone else's channel.
Yeah, you're right. So basically, what happened is that I've been working with the guys and doing events with them for a while now. And when we started doing events, before it was Legion, it was Gamerstore. It was the branding going off the website. I was doing them on my channel. I said, look, I'm going to host them on my channel. It's going to be sponsored by you guys, and that's what we're going to do. And they were like, okay, that's fine. Then through working with them over the years, they wanted to branch out and do more, so that's when they created Legion. Now I was part of this process and a part of what they were doing. I'm very, very on the inside kind of the whole thing. And I actually gave them the advice. I was like, look, you should host the events on your channel, because I was like, I'm switching over to FIFA. I don't want the audience of Fortnite, and I think it's better for you guys branding wise that you do this. And they were like, yeah, that's actually a good point. So I suggested it in the first place, and I'm glad I did, because as I said, it's just like nothing wrong with Fortnite, but that community is kind of just like I've been there, and I'm trying to reach a kind of different audience now, so it kind of worked out in a good way. But no, I love hosting the events. It's good experience, it's good fun, and it's gotten me a lot of opportunity. So yeah, no, can't float. Really excited to do it every week when we go live.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Even from being on it there the other day, well, last week now, but it was really enjoyable being on it. I think you did a great job. I think I've watched, I won't lie,
thanks, man.
I'll be brutally honest, I've watched maybe 2 over the last couple of weeks, and they've been, not including the one I was on, but they've been great. That's purely because I'm sure you're the same. As a streamer, if I'm not live, I'm generally not watching live streams. I'm generally doing something else. I find it, I don't really have the time that I used to have to sit and watch hours of streams. I'll pop into everyone's stream every now and again. I'll say hello, or but I don't know how you do it personally, but I'll go in and say hello sometimes, and I'll just kind of lurk there for a few minutes, and then that'll be kind of my, I thought I seen someone, sorry. That kind of be my experience and how I deal with trying to get involved in streams. But I've tried, and I don't know if it's something you've tried to do with, if you want to talk about the podcast, I was going to get on to talking about that, but I wanted to know, was that something you found yourself actively doing when you were, because I found myself doing more of that when I've decided to do this series, trying to go out of my way to kind of, discover is the wrong word, because there's a lot of people we've had on, are some of them are bigger than me, some of them are similar size, including yourself. So it's kind of a, who do I think would be good on the show? Who do I think would I get on with? Who do I think would be entertaining? Have you found yourself looking for people like that, or did you just kind of stumble across people, or what? Because I know I'm rambling on now when I do this, I'm sorry. But I know you started off the series with your co-host Jenny, and you have that going for a while before you actually started getting guests on. But speak to us about the podcast and what kind of prompted you to get the guests on. Yeah,
so I'm very similar to you, and you kind of nailed it on the head on the exact same way that, you know, I don't really go out of my way to watch other streamers. Not because I don't like them or that I don't want to. It's just due to time. I'll stick a streamer on and I'll leave them on lurk. Anyone I actually have a lot of respect for in the industry, I'll leave them on lurk, and I'll do my own thing in the background. I'll be editing. I'll be just walking the dog, whatever. I'll leave them on and show my support when I can. But in terms of the kind of transition from being the content creator to the guy who's like, right, I need to get guests on, or I need to find other people. I find myself, the more time goes on, I'm realizing that the more I look at other streamers, the more I learn, and the more I'm like opening my mind to different things, because at the end of the day, you know, nobody's perfect, and there's a lot you can pick up from a streamer, whether they're bigger than you or smaller than you in some way, shape or form. And I love the idea of going into a random stream and seeing something they do well, and you're like, oh yeah, you know what, they've done that nicely, maybe I can add a little bit of that flair into what I'm doing. And through that process, I mean, it's easier to find guests. But with my own podcast, it's just like, you know, for so far at least, it's just been picking some people from the Irish bunch. Usually it's people who have been very vocal about the Irish scene, and they've DM'd me and they were like, I'd love to come on. For the grand scheme of things, not a lot of the guys have actually had to ask to come on. A lot of them have messaged me, so blessed in that way. But no, it's been good, and I feel like I'm more connected now with the Irish scene doing that podcast, so I'm really happy I did it.
So while we're on the subject, we may as well speak about it, because what are your thoughts on the, what's that? What's a deployable? Oh, that's basically just a shield, is it?
You whack that wall. If anyone's shooting you in the arse now, you turn around, you put that bad boy up.
Okay, I'll smack them over the head with it. So what's your thoughts on the Irish scene as a whole? Because I know you were in the chat when me and Jamie were speaking about it, so I'd love to your input on it and your thoughts on the scene as a whole.
I just feel like it's a bit behind, and I don't feel it in a way that I want to blame, because I know a lot of people tend to shift the blame towards brands and to shift it towards opportunities, but I just feel like it's the people. Do you know what I mean? I feel like not a lot of people in this country give it the full-time whack and actually do it on a professional scale, where they're actually they're putting themselves out there in a way that they're approachable from brands, or that they're making content that actually competes with the UK or the US. I know it's not an easy feat, but barely anybody tries it, and it's something I'd like to see change. I'd like to see more people passionate about doing content creation in this country and to give it a full-time whack. I know a lot with the Irish kind of mindset, people are kind of sarcastic and they're not really supportive of creative stuff, and if anybody's in media you might have found that, but it's something that I want to see improve. You know, I've had so many experiences, even recently as well, working with different brands, that they've complained about working with other Irish creators and they haven't been professional. And I'm like, you know, when you get an opportunity to be professional and to work with a brand and to put yourself out there, you got to be representing. You're not only representing yourself, but you're representing the scene around you. So yeah, I feel like, you know, people need to put their best foot forward with the streaming, and if they really want to give it a go, be willing to learn, be willing to adapt, and yeah, just do it at a level that people are like, wow, this is really good, because it affects the scene and the whole kind of ecosystem of Irish content, you know?
I 100% agree. I would say that there's definitely standouts in the scene. Not to blow smoke up his arse because he's in the chat, but Jamie would be one of the ones that would spring to mind.
Yeah.
Just the effort that he does put into the stuff he does, the events he does, including the E-Date stuff that we can get onto that later. But is that someone over there in that house?
I don't know, probably, man. Yeah, I think there was guys over there.
We'll go over and kill them, will we? No,
Go on, yeah, go on.
That could be famous last words now, but
yeah, we'll go over and kill him, will we? Might get shot in the head straight away.
no, I'm gonna kill the whole thing. Watch out.
There's a nuke coming down apparently. I don't know what that means.
A nebula bomb. Well, listen, nebula bomb won't take me out.
Can't be worse than a Batista bomb, anyway.
Definitely can't be. I'm like the Incredible Hulk over. Right, let's open this up. My map is lagging. I'm guessing that's something to do with the...
Guy in the bathroom!
I don't
Two boys in the corner! Go on, fucking get him!
I don't
On the bed!
Wait for that fire to go. On the right, in here.
Yeah, he's in there in the bed, yeah! Funky's all yours, baby.
No, I'm deadly. You set in on the right. I looked around the corner. I'm dead. We're both dead. I told you, chat. Thank you for the subs that I apparently missed to Bensky and Happy King, by the way. But now I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So about the you'll get this a lot today, by the way. So I apologize in advance. I forget. I just go off on tangents and forget what I was talking about.
So good.
But about we were talking about the Irish scene. I was talking about what Jamie's been doing and how creative he's been. I find it that a lot of people, not that they lack that creativity, but similar to what you were saying, that they don't want to put that creative output in because maybe some people are afraid that because, as you said, the Irish kind of humour is very sarcastic. Did I just see some bloke called Leo Varadkar? I swear to God.
Yeah, you did, Leo Varadkar. Yeah, Leo was throwing a few slaps.
Fucking big up Leo. You little shithead. Am I in a gulag? Is this a gulag?
It is, yeah. There's a fella now trying to kill you.
I've never been in this gulag in my life. Let me kill this fella, Gara. And then...
Come on, Funky!
Okay, I'm absolutely horrendous. I'm absolutely horrendous. I feel like I'm gonna blame on the fact I'm lagging. That's what I'm gonna blame. But what I was gonna say, they kind of not that they lack creativity, but that they are afraid maybe that if they put a lot of creative or they try something different, that they're gonna get criticized for. And I find like there's not many people who will do that in the Irish scene. Not that I've noticed. Maybe there could be creators that I've missed, but there's just to rattle off a few names. Captain Sexy springs to mind. He's very different to what you would normally see in the Irish scene. Yourself, definitely, with what you've been doing. Jamie, yourself, I would include Jamie as well. I'm sure I'm missing a couple of names, but just off the top of my head, I would kind of lean towards those. You're very creative in what you do, and you make your content to stand out rather than to fit in. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You actively go out of your way to make something that's never been seen before, but something that stands out. Whereas
exactly.
I think we lack that in the Irish scene.
I feel like, no, you're dead right there. And Now, obviously, not everybody can be creative gods at the same time. I feel like, creativity and lacking of is definitely part of some people's thing. I can't give everybody the same credit being like, this guy's as creative as that person, because they're not. At the end of the day, to stream, and anybody can do it. My girlfriend can stream off her phone and call herself a streamer if she wants. It's about going that extra step. And like you said yourself there, making your content stand out and doing something different. That's what separates you from everybody else. And that's what everybody should be aiming for if they want to take this kind of thing seriously.
100% agree. Especially if you're like, most people will tell you, I'm not doing this to make it a job. I'm doing it for a hobby. And we all start out like that. But when it gets to a stage where it can become a job, you have to start taking it seriously. That's when you have to kind of realize, okay, let me figure out exactly what I want to do, what I want to do, how I want to do it. And you mentioned earlier on about the Fortnite scene and how you kind of wanted to get away from that because it wasn't the audience that you wanted to be in your chat, because like you said, it can be a lot of young kids, it can be a lot of, and you didn't want to be a PG streamer. You wanted to be yourself, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So have you found just being yourself, A, more enjoyable to stream, and B, found yourself getting more opportunities? Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to be someone else, and that's generally what you are when you're not being yourself, you'd come across as a bad version of somebody else rather than, okay, this person's cool because they're themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't say that I was, like, anyway different or a different person when I was streaming Fortnite. I just feel like it was limiting me and how entertaining I was, because I was playing a game that not only was I getting a bit sick of at that point, but it was a game that, like, I wasn't getting I don't know, like, I want to go into my chat and have a conversation with people and actually, like, have a bit of fun. And with Fortnite, it's just a lot of young people, and they're there for Fortnite. They're like, can you play a game? Can you invite me? Can I play with you? Can I play with you? You know what I mean? It's a lot of that. And it's like, I don't want that, man. I want to go into my chat and, I really value my community. So I wanted to have more mature people who were able to kind of get what I was doing. So, yeah, no, definitely the switch to FIFA has been absolutely massive for me in my career. Best thing I've ever done. Even though I'm not getting like near the same viewership I was getting on Fortnite, I'm much more happier. I feel there's much more community value. Not only that, but as I said, I've been only streaming FIFA full time for the last year, and I've already been working with so many different brands and in Norwich as well, which is absolutely madness. So, best thing for me. I'm just like at a point now where it's like, even though I've been streaming 4 years, like I feel like this is my ground zero again. I feel like, right, I'm starting off as the Gara Show, and I'm doing FIFA. I'm not absolutely filled doing Fortnite. It's like, it's a brand new thing for me. I feel like I've only been streaming a year since I've kind of changed it, because it's like a brand new rebrand. It's like a brand new thing. Like, people from the Fortnite scene wouldn't know the Gara Show.
Fuck.
Oh god. So yeah, really happy with it. Is there 2 guys up there?
No, I fell off a cliff.
Ah, okay, that explains it. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the chat to see that one. Now, it's interesting the way you spoke about that, because I found myself in quite a similar spot to what you've basically been explaining, that the community I'm in, although I love it, I do have to be quite PG, and I do have to be not as, like the chat will tell you on these episodes, every Tuesday when we stream this, not that I'm completely different, but I'm more free, I'm less cautious about what I'm saying. As in, I'll try not to swear during certain streams and everything, because especially with what I do, the WWE side of stuff, the brands wise, that they don't want a lot of swearing. My game is lagging like crazy right now. That's my excuse in case I die. But,
no, you're right. No, you're right, and it suits. And once again, man, major props. You're one of the only like Irish people on the scene that actually has been smashing it with a brand. Like I said earlier, it was the same conversation, so I got to give you props, man. You're one of the people who I give very high regard to in doing something that's a niche and absolutely smashing it with a worldwide recognized brand. So power to you, man. You're absolutely killing it.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. We can kiss later if you want.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So you mentioned it, and I did want to touch on it, but I was waiting for the right opportunity to do so. Speak to us about the Norwich situation. How did that come about? And I've seen, like, you've gone over there a couple of times, you've traveled over. You said they reached out to you through your hosting, but what kind of happened? How did the whole conversation start? And did you think it was a joke at first, or so? Because if a Premier League football team contacted me and was like, "Hey, do you want to come work for us?" and I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, no, it's crazy. How it even started is even a madder story, man. So in January with this brand new switch up, I was like, right, I want to work with an agency who's going to push me out there and actually do something. So with that, I was in the mindset I want to work with an agency, but I hadn't reached out to people yet. Then, Lord and behold, the week later, I get an email, and this email is off the name of a girl that I recognize, and I'm like, hold on, I know that name. And the email subject was like blast from the past, and I was like, what is this? And so this girl, her name is Susie. She reached out to me, and she was like, I'm working with an agency right now. We'd love to have you on board. We've a lot of opportunities we could give you. We see like the potential in what you're doing. And this is a girl who I literally lived like a minute away from. She was like one of the first birthday parties I remember as a kid when I was like 7 or 8 years of age. I went to primary school with her. I went to secondary school right beside her. Like, it's crazy. And I was like, there's no way somebody from my hometown is like contacting me, wanting me to work with them. I was like, that is madness. So I was
crazy.
like, yeah, like crazy, man. Like I went on so many nights out with this person as well, even through secondary school. So like I knew this person majority of my life. And yeah, and then a month or two after working with them, we're like, hey, there's a recent startup, 1J Esports, who are owned by Norwich. And I'm like, okay. And they were like, we know you do hosting and casting. Do you want to run a trial? And I was like, yes, I do. So they got me in to run a trial with them. And they were super impressed, and they were like, we want to get you on board. And as I said, they got me on board due to the hosting and casting. It wasn't because I was making FIFA content, because I was so new to the scene. So yeah, that was their angle. And then they were like, oh, this guy can make content as well. And yeah, man, it's been a dream. Honestly, the experiences that I've gotten through Norwich, just madness. Like getting treated like a footballer going over there, man. It's insane.
Yeah, the hype they put around the announcement and everything, it was like, as we were talking about the Irish scene earlier, like in the Irish scene, you don't really see that. Like, it was incredible to see the kind of hype and the support that they were putting behind you, and they were pushing you as best they could. You know, it was. I think inspiring is probably a good word to put it. It was inspiring to see, because, like, I'm sure you're aware that there's not a lot of Irish people that get that sort of opportunity to see. Oh, I forgot I don't have custom loadouts. Fuck. You don't see a lot of Irish people get it. Obviously, there's the exceptions. You have your Minxes, your Jacksepticeyes, your Dahis, and whoever else. But, you know, to see someone... I keep thinking I fucking hear somebody. To see someone get that kind of push from a Premier League club, just like you said, you'd only been streaming FIFA, you'd only be doing FIFA for around a year. Props to you, man. Credit to you, because you've snatched the opportunity and you've done your best with it. So you have to give you credit for that, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I really appreciate that, man.
No problem at all, no. So I do want to get on to the elephant in the room. Why he's a Manchester City supporter, chat. Why Manchester City?
Here we go. I get this every day on stream. Oh, why do you support Man City, man?
I'm not going to call you a glory hunter. It's a genuine question. Why Manchester City?
So yeah, I can see you eyeing up a comeback here now. So when I was young, like, I don't know, man, 12, 13 or whatever, I used to watch Spanish football. So I followed Barcelona.
Okay.
And my sister brought me over there, went to the new camp, amazing experience. And I was obsessed with Barcelona and the team. Now, you'll be even more excited here that my dad supported Man United. And I didn't want to support them because I was like, hold on, there's a fella here. Even though Barca were doing well, Barca played such a different style of football that I wasn't used to seeing. United were winning everything, and I was like, man, it's boring to support a team that's absolutely winning everything. And I don't know, same thing week in, week out. And I was like, I want a new experience here. So went to Barca, Liga. Obviously they were winning as well, but it was very fun. After that happened, I was in school. I was like 14, 15, and they were like, my friends, actually, no, I was 14. I don't know what age I was. And my friends were like, oh, would you not support a Premier League team? Because we all do. And I was like, okay, maybe. There's a guy over there, by the way, behind you.
Behind me?
In the window. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll support a team. So I was looking at the table, and I was like, I don't want to pick a team on top. I don't want to pick United or whoever else was up there at the time. And I was like, I want to pick somebody different. Favorite color was blue. Looked down the list. I seen Man City, and I was like, okay. And then I looked up the news articles, and I seen they got taken over by
this is convenient timing, is it? Are you getting shot?
It is convenient timing. I got shot in the arse there for tunes. Oh, I'm dead now. Oh.
Ah, crap.
Oh, you got one, did you?
Yeah, I downed him. I don't know.
Go on.
Didn't know where I was getting shot from. Won't lie to you. And I haven't got the capabilities to swing on them, so I tried to run away. So you pick. That's how you pick Man City. You said, "Oh, these got taken over. These have all the money. Let me support them." That was.
I was like, yeah. I was like, listen, I want to support a team that's blue. Blue's favorite color. And I was like, let's go down the table. City was the first blue team I could see, and I was like, all right, what about these? And then they got taken over, and I was like, all right, let's go. And rest is history.
Okay, fair enough. So you're not a Glory supporter, is what you're telling us.
Well, we were getting like what? I think we got 9th or 10th in the first season I supported them, so I wouldn't categorize that Glory
that was
at
when
all.
that was when you had Banjani, was it? You Joe and Banjani.
Elano and the boys, yeah. Literally, yeah. So that was it back then. But obviously, you could be like, oh yeah, you're a Glory hunter because you supported them because of this. But look. That's the realistic reason. We weren't doing well at the time. We're doing well now. It's a dub for me, nonetheless, but I understand that people are like, oh, you support them because they got taken over. I get that.
Listen, I couldn't give a bollocks who you support, to be honest. You support whoever you want to support at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Now, if you change tomorrow to Liverpool or something like that, I'd have a bit of a...
Yeah, have a word, yeah. Oh,
I'm awful.
so lucky.
I told you I'm awful at this game. I told you.
Me too, man. I'm dying as well. I'm there with you, bro. I'm dying.
Are you alive or are you dead?
I am dead, of course, man. Of course. I told you I'm poo at this game, like.
Well, at least
look, you more damage than me. Look at you. Go on, lad. Oh, you more score than me. Go on. What folk you.
That's a record for me, I think. most damage. I remember once I played this game and I got a kill. I remember that. That was fun. I suck at this game. Yeah, I know I suck at the game. I said that. I laid my excuses out at the start of the stream, okay? And now I've got another excuse. My game is lagging. So that's my 6th, 7th excuse now. I've got all excuses.
There you go. And thank you, Onion. I am very crap at this game. Yeah. Were you, Tom? Where did you transition from? Were you always WWE? Was this something that you had a passion for outside of it? Like, where did you kind of come from with the streaming?
I've been, I wouldn't say I've been doing it 10 years, but I started about 10 years ago on FIFA. I was doing FIFA content. I was doing okay on FIFA, and I was building a channel on FIFA. I was getting a decent amount of views on FIFA. I had a decent sized channel at the time. It was around, I think, and this was all YouTube. I had about 10,000 subscribers on FIFA. And at the time, it was a decent size. You know what I mean? There was a lot of FIFA YouTubers back then. You know, I started off with people like, first name that comes to mind now, he's doing absolute bits now. Still talk to him on a regular now. Started out with people like Fuji. Started out. I would have been speaking to people like Lasty back in the day. Just people that would have started out around the same time as me. And I feel like if I had kept going with that, I would have been doing I'd be doing pretty well for myself in the FIFA scene. But honestly, a couple of things kind of stopped me. Tom for the 8th sideman. It could have been me. I could have been the Irish person inside it, for all you know. I started out doing FIFA, but you know how it is. Sometimes life just gets in the way. I was in a relationship at the time, and a lot of my time was taken up by me trying to become a YouTuber, basically, and it kind of just boiled down to, okay, well, what's more important right now, this or that? And I just made a decision to stop, so I gave it up. But and then a few years later, it was nice to see all the people that I was in, like at the time it was Skype calls and Skype groups with, and they were all doing absolute bits, whereas I had just given up, like
giving it a break.
Yeah, basically. So I kind of got the itch then to come back, but I knew necessarily want to get back into FIFA, so let me try something different. And I'd always kind of been in and out of being into wrestling, so I said, you know what, this new game, I'd started playing it, I'd watched a couple of other people play it, let me give it a shot. That's basically what it was, you know. It was just, I already knew how to edit, I already know how to make videos, how to make my own graphics and overlays and all that crap. I already knew all that nonsense. It was just kind of reteaching myself how to do all that. The whole live streaming thing I'd never done before, so that was all new to me. I found it very kind of, what's the right word? I'm going to pass the leadership to you again. What's the right word? What's the word I'm thinking of? Not scary, but
risky.
Yeah, I guess you could say risky. I didn't know what I was doing, basically, so I was a bit hesitant. Do I want to try this live streaming stuff? And I did. And the first one, because I'd already built an audience up on YouTube for a couple of months, the first one went incredibly well. I'm sure you might be aware yourself, when you first start streaming, it's not easy. In fact,
Nah,
it's still
yeah.
still not easy, but it's definitely a lot easier when you have a few people in the chat to talk to than it is when you have two people not saying anything, and one of them's
Yeah.
your nightbot or something. Do you know what I mean?
Nightbot doing bits, huh? Yeah, no, it's so true, man. You know, when you're starting off streaming, it can be really difficult. Even when you take a break and you come back, it's like an uphill battle again. You know, so
Yeah.
it's very tough, man. You're right. You know, I know some people look
people
at streaming and they're like, "Oh God."
I'm gonna go back down because I've got a pistol and that's it, and you're miles away from me, so I'm gonna play it smart. I'm gonna run away.
Yeah, yeah. But nah, it can be tough. You know, some people think it's just playing a game and talking to chat, but it's so much more than that. So much more.
No, it can take a lot out of you. It can take a lot of energy. Like I was like only last week? Yeah, last week I was doing like a subathon thing, and I'd be live for the 14 hours a day, and then I'd be trying to sleep, and I'd get about 4 hours sleep, 5 hours sleep max, and then I'd be back on. I can't find it going anywhere. There we go. But even that was taking a lot out of me, and I'm sure today I've seen you were streaming, you were on the Legion thing, and now you're here as well. So I'd imagine you've had a long day as well. Like
yeah, I mean, look, like streaming takes it out of you. Like at the end of the day, it's not playing a game. You're being an entertainer, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm like loud.
Oh, you're kidding me, man! I was putting on a shield.
No way.
I was putting on a shield. Chat. You can't blame me for that. I literally have not. Oh, so this bloke was hiding up in the rafters. What's he doing up there? He waited for me to walk into the room. Iceman. No, I'm not having that. Chat. He was waiting for it. He was camping. He was camping. Who's that? That's someone in the chat. I bet you. We've been stream sniped, Gara. That's what's happened. I'm going to punch the head off this bloke in the gulag. You're getting it, mate. You're getting it.
Oh, I got one, but
you got one. I'm proud of you.
Jeez.
Right, this is it. Now watch this. I'm gonna.
One, take him, Tom, take him to the cleaners.
I'm taking no prisoners. Watch this. No, he's coming this way. Watch. No, he's not. He's in there, is he? No, he's not. Is he throwing grenade?
Oh, no.
Hey, he's hiding in the corner. The little bat. What's with all these fellas hiding in corners, lads?
They're simulating the real lives, Tom. You see.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're sitting in corners playing with themselves, waiting for someone to turn up. Absolute disgrace. Get me on Black Ops. I'll show you how to play. Get me on Black Ops 1. Get me on Summit with a shotgun. I'll show you all how to play Call of Duty. Never mind this game. All these people hiding in corners. Absolute disgrace.
It's man. That's the one thing that I don't like about Battle Royale is that like it can be a camp fest. It really, really can. It's like there's two sides to it. There's camp fest, and then there's lads who are demons that just run at you like Terminator. You know what I mean? So it's a difficult blend.
There's three sides. There's me as well, who just has
there's Tom.
has a clue how to play the game. Has the Febreze what he's doing. Go on, Gary. This is your scum.
Come out behind that door, and I'll have a look at you.
Oh, you've been flashbanged.
Ah, come on, man. He jumped at me and shot me at the same time.
No.
It's bleeding Spider-Man there, man.
Yeah, that might be worse than my dad. I won't lie to you, though.
Jesus.
Now, standing still, getting flashbanged, and then just getting rushed. I mean, at least I moved about. You know what I mean? At least I shot a bullet, I think, Gary. I don't think you shot.
I didn't at all, man. I tell you, I was blinded. Couldn't see nothing, man.
Giving up. You knew you couldn't survive without me. That's
it's literally game over. Yeah.
It was. We've been doing well, Gary. How many kills have we got total so far now? 4?
Yeah, three or four. Yeah, we're climbing the leaderboards, Tom.
I think I downed someone. I think at one point as well. You know, we're doing well.
Yeah, you did actually. You did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
you're doing well, lads. Like if you want tips on how to play Call of Duty, just stay tuned. What's going on, Mike? Nice to see you. How you doing in the chat, man? But I kind of want to speak to you about some other stuff to do with the podcast that you've been doing. So what made you? I know you're kind of on a break from it now, but what kind of made you? Oh shit, Dylan! Thank you for the gifted sub, mate.
Go on, Dylan.
Go on, Dylan. Good man. Thank you very much. What kind of made you want to start the podcast, and was it something like you had both been interested in, or was it something that you had originally said, I want to start this myself, and then Jenny came aboard, or what kind of happened with the what made you start the podcast, basically?
Yeah, so I always wanted to start a podcast because I noticed from my stream that I don't know, I feel like when I was talking about different subjects to do with like the Irish scene and stuff, that people would listen to me attentively, and I feel like that I've been in the scene for a while, so I feel like I could talk about it. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of something a bit closer to home. I think this would be cool to do. So I had that idea for a while, and then I was chatting to Jenny, and Jenny was like, I want to do a podcast, and I was like, same. And then we were like, right, do you want to do something together? Because you're kind of the funny, opinionated one, and I'm like kind of the more grounded, kind of, you know, logical guy. And then he was like, yeah. So we ended up doing it, and then we started off with kind of general topics. We didn't keep it too versed to the Irish side of it, but then a little bit of drama came up with one of the guys in the Irish scene, and Jenny wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to talk about it, so we did. And then we noticed that so many people in the Irish com were listening in, and they actually had an opinion on it. And I was like, you know what, why don't we get everybody else's voice on to talk about the Irish scene and to talk about how they feel being a creator, because, you know, there's not that many creators in the country actually giving it a full whack, so why not get their opinion on it and kind of get their take on, you know, being a creator. So yeah, it kind of spiraled from there, and then next minute me and him were kind of tackling a bunch of other Irish creators and bringing them on and seeing their opinions and finding out where they started from, because we were genuinely interested. You know, we like, I feel at least that the Irish scene is the two connected together. You get these little small cliques around, but I didn't know half of the guys, and I wanted to know them.
Yeah,
so
I'd be the same. I found myself kind of on the outskirts of it, because I'm, like you mentioned earlier, I'm in a kind of niche zone. I didn't really know many people. I knew probably 2 people before I started actively trying to go out of my way to find people. So was it similar for yourself, or did you know about people but you just didn't actually know the person, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, I was fairly active in the Irish scene. I try to get around as many chats as I can and discover new people. And like I said, I'm always willing to learn, so I want to see what people are doing right and seeing if I can add it into what I'm doing, or just support them, you know what I mean? And yeah, through that, I feel like I met a lot of Irish creators, but I didn't get to meet them on a personal level. Like when I chat to you right now, I feel like I'm getting to know you on somewhat of a personal level. Like we've chatted before in this Discord briefly, but yeah. Like, if I came onto your stream and said hi, you'd be like, hi, Gara, how are you? And we're having a chat, but I'm not getting to actually feel you out by chatting to you properly, like talking, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the podcast is a really good opportunity for me to kind of meet new creators as well. So that was kind of the angle that I'd like to say I took it from.
Okay, let me try to cut my parachute here. So there we go. And I'm down. Okay. Right, I need a gun here, because I seen 2 people land near us. Did I get a gun?
Oh, no.
I got fucking.
I have a UAV, so we can find them. Hold on. Ooh.
Oh, we're surrounded, Gara. What the fuck?
We are indeed. The boys know Funky Town is in the town.
That's it. I'm getting stream sniped. Oh, there you are. Right, let me go into this side. Let me go into this other side. I need a gun. There's. Okay. Yeah,
well, for you, obviously starting up the queue and play, what was your kind of mindset with starting up the whole thing?
Well, that's what I was gonna. Sorry. I keep thinking I fucking hear. I think I'm losing my mind, guy. I keep thinking I'm fucking hearing people.
You're probably hearing me, yeah.
That's probably it, yeah. There's a gun, fantastic. But basically, yeah, I started it because I wanted to branch out from what I was doing. Similar to what you were talking about earlier on, I found myself stuck in something, and I kind of wanted to escape that. But I also wanted to get to know other people. I wanted to get to know other creators. I wanted to see what else is out there. I wanted to see who else is out there, and kind of. Yes, introduce my community to them, but introduce myself to them as well. Kind of meet other people, get to see that gun shite. That's the same gun. Fuck's sake. Right. So introduce myself to people, get to meet other people, see how they are, see what kind of content they make, see if it's good, see if it's fun, see if they're interesting to speak to. You know, like I wouldn't have anybody on that I didn't actively think was going to be someone interesting. I've just lagged, and I think. No, I didn't take fall damage. That's okay. What's this purple thing in the sky, by the way? Oh, it's a blimp.
Kill 2 guys.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, I don't even know where you are. Yeah, but...
sorry, there's places in the corner. Second one.
Well, yeah, basically, that's why I decided to start it, was because basically I felt kind of stuck, hounded into one corner, and I wanted to escape it. And I thought, what better way to do it than kind of force myself out of my comfort zone? And suggest that the guests that are coming on, they pick any game they want, and I have to play it. It doesn't matter what game it is, if I like the game, if I don't like the game, if I'm crap at the game in this case, or if I'm brilliant at the game. Whatever they pick, I'm having to play it. So it's introduced me to new games. It's introduced me to a lot of creators that I wouldn't necessarily maybe have spoke to for a long format. Like, for instance, I don't know that I'd be speaking to you for probably 2 hours or whatever it's going to be if it wasn't for this. And same with Jamie.
Yeah.
I know I've been to one of Jamie's events, but which we can speak about that in a moment because I want to bring something up about that. But as 2 trophy winners, but we'll get into that in a minute. That in a second. But yeah, that was my thinking behind it. Hey, how can I get out of my comfort zone and do something that I find fun? And this was it.
Yeah.
Yes, like you mentioned, I found it very awkward at the fucking start, and I'm sure you did when you first started hosting. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of blagging it, and that's why the first 2 episodes, I kind of tried to do the plan. I had all the questions set out. I sent the questions over to the guests, and I was like, are these questions all okay? And then when I came back to watching back the first few episodes, I was like, that comes across very robotic. Are you getting shot?
No, I'm good, man. Yeah.
You good? Yeah, it came across very... Oh, I'm getting fucking shot. Where's he?
It's you.
I don't know where he is. Watch this. I'm going to fucking use this thing. Ah, there we are. Look at this. I don't even know where he is, though.
He was up there towards my orange marker, I think.
Oh, over there. Oh, bloody hell. I've put my thing up behind me. How do I take this down? Can I take
Man
it
with the
down?
drone.
Can I take this shield thing back down? No?
I actually don't... Oh, I never clue. Oh my god, someone's in here with me, bro.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm leaving my shield thing there because it wouldn't come back down. I don't know. But yeah, basically that's why I decided to do it, because I wanted to kind of interact with more people, get to know more people, and yeah, just the simplest way to put it is I want to get out of my comfort zone. But I found it very robotic at the start, so I kind of just said, right, fuck this. I'm just kind of winging it, and I'm not setting a plan in motion. I think it's easier to watch for people as well. If there's a fellow up here on this roof, by the way, I think.
Fell in the scaff. I hit him loads. Ooh, he's one shot.
I'm coming. Is he?
He's outside on your left.
He's gone around the back over here.
Yeah.
That must be a duo. I think the ones up top on the roof.
No, UAV. He's in here on his own.
No. There was one.
Yeah, he's here. Yes! Shut your mouth! Shut your bleeding mouth!
There was definitely a red dot already there. So that's what I was saying. Before he came over, there was definitely a red dot already here. So can they have like what's it called, ghost or something, where they don't show up on the UAV?
They can, yeah, but this early in the game, very unlikely.
Okay. So I was thinking there might be a follow up.
Headphones and out of battery. Beck! Hold on.
Don't worry, I'll protect you. I'll close the door. There we go. I'll close this door as well. There we go. You're grand. You're safe. I've closed both doors. I don't know if you can.
Alright, sorry, we're back in biz.
Yeah, I'll close the door. So you were safe anyway.
Cheers, yeah. There's a draft coming in there now.
Nobody was getting you. You were nice and toasty hiding in there. Don't worry, you're fine. Right, I have a question for you that where the fuck am I getting shot? Oh, I'm dead.
Tom, you getting slapped or shot?
I'm wrecked. I'm absolutely wrecked. I'm hiding behind the stairs now, but I'm dead. I think he headshot me. Little prick.
I'm so scared. Where'd you get shot from?
Directly across the way. From where my dead body is, literally directly across. It's like if you look straight on, if that makes sense. I should have checked the coordinates, but I didn't even think. But I have a question for you that I ask everybody that they come on, and it's a bit of a strange question. You can take it as seriously as you want, or not as seriously as you want.
Oh, yeah.
If I forced you, like, not if I put a gun to your head now.
Oh, force me. Go on,
if I force you, maybe I pin you down or something. If I force you to believe in one conspiracy theory, and you have to wholeheartedly believe in it, which is the one you're believing in?
Very good question. Conspiracy theory.
It can be anything. It can be lizard people. It can be aliens. It can be the world is flat.
Well, I see. Here's the situation. I feel like I'm already sucked in because you said aliens, and like, man, aliens not a conspiracy. So yeah, it had to be aliens. It had to be aliens, man.
See, aliens would be my one as well. Now,
yeah.
I think Jamie said ghosts. So I want to talk to you.
Jamie's an egot.
Here. These people know where there's doors where I don't know doors exist.
Oh man,
I'm not having this. Chat, you're witnessing probably the 2 worst players to ever play the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, what I was going to say was that I'm after losing track of what I was going to say. I told you I do this all the time. Oh yeah. We're talking about conspiracy theories, but the whole alien thing, I'm on board with you. I'm 100%. They exist. They're out there 100%. I haven't met one personally now, so I can't say that. But definitely 100% they exist. I don't find it possible that there's a world where they don't exist. Like, there's too much out there for them not to exist. Now, I'm not saying they're fucking little green men or tall, slender grey men, but they're definitely out there. Do you know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, I've met a fair few gremlins in my time, but no aliens. But I definitely believe...
when the lights come back on in the disco, is it?
yeah, when the lights come on in coppers, man, yeah.
That's it.
But no, 100%. I feel like there's too much of a chance, and not only that, but there's a couple of weird things that have happened through history with like UFOs and stuff that haven't actually had an answer yet. You know what I mean? If somebody was to come up and be like, oh, these were all aircraft that were made by the government or made by the army to do this or that, then maybe it'd be explained. But nothing's ever came up like that. It's always been a weird happening that has been kept very secret. And not only that, but like you're saying, the whole logical side to it, that we're the only people out there, which is surely bollocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Has to be bollocks. I'm not thinking there's a fucking Superman out there or anything like that, but I definitely think that there's aliens out there. I will move on from the whole conspiracy thing pretty quickly, but I do want to get your thoughts on ghosts. What's your thought on ghosts? Do you think ghosts exist? Are they real? Have you ever seen a ghost? Maybe you have a story that maybe you had a fight with a ghost. Maybe a ghost attacked you. I don't know. Have you ever...
I have a story now, but I don't think it was a ghost story. It's a different one. It's a bit of a weird one. I'll tell it in a minute. But yeah, I think ghosts are I think ghosts are... I'd like to think they're real, and part of me believes because I don't know, once again, I've seen some stuff online, and I'm a very logical person, but I just feel like I don't know, man. There's a few coincidences you hear about, and I've had like family and friends tell me stuff, and I feel like they're very reliable sources for things like that. I feel like it's hard to say yes or no unless you've experienced something yourself. So it's tough to call being on the outside, but yeah, no, I'd like to believe they're real, and I think there is some truth to it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'd be of the thinking that unless I say it with myself, I don't believe it. Unless I say it myself, I don't believe it. And then someone said something as well before that, like if ghosts are real, how come there's no dog ghosts? How come nobody ever sees a ghost?
Yeah,
of a dog?
I only heard that recently. It's a really good point. It's like where do all the ghosts of the animals go? Because they're living, you know what I mean, beings as well.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
They have it's a really good point. Yeah. That's the one thing I swear I heard that like a day or two ago, and I was like, man, that's a really good fucking point. I was like, I never thought about that angle. Which is true, but I tell you a weird story that's more on the dare I say demonic side, but
here we go.
Yeah, I love telling the story because it's brilliant. Even my girlfriend was shitting herself after I told her. So one night in the lovely area that is Cavan,
Great area,
I was on my PC about 3 a.m. Of course, it's 3 a.m. All right, you know the story. Yeah. And
it's a good.
So absolutely.
Good YouTube title as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 3 a.m.
Gone wrong.
So what happened with 3 a.m. gone wrong? So yeah, what happened was I was on my PC, and I'm wearing the same headphones I'm wearing now, Arctis Pro wireless. And let me tell you, these things are banging. Very good headset, wireless and all, noise cancelling, the whole shebang. So it would usually take something fairly feckin' loud for me to hear it outside my earphones. Even my mum would be in my room and she'd poke me on my shoulder, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ, because I didn't hear her come in. They're very good. One night I heard a lot of racket in my ear, and I was like, what is this? So I was like, I opened up one cuff of the ear, so it's still on my head, and I'm like, what is that? I have a window open, and I'm hearing a lot of noise from outside my window. Now, I'm in an estate at the moment, but the estate is pretty close to like kind of forestry area. So there's not a whole lot of houses, but there's some,
Yeah.
And what happened is I was like, what is that noise? I couldn't describe it from my room as anything but racket. It was just like, there's a lot going on. And I was like, what is that? So go over to the window, and I poke my head out. And I've never heard anything like this in my life. Now, bear in mind, this is on like a Tuesday night as well. 3 a.m.
Yeah, the most popular night for demons.
Most popular night, yeah, Tuesdays. The demons only come out on the Tuesday. They're busy on the Monday. So what happened was... happy hour. What happened is I heard a load of dogs barking really aggressively, and I mean like 8 to 10 dogs if I'm to maybe scale it. Now, if that wasn't weird enough, there's not that many dogs in my area, number one. Number two, gets worse. As well as the dogs barking, there was... I know this sounds so fake, but trust me, dude, trust me. There was a bunch of children laughing. And no, like, it literally sounded like... It sounds like I'm describing a movie, man. It was a bunch of kids laughing. Like, it sounded like they were at a playground or something. And there was a bunch of dogs barking, like, aggressively. And I'm like, what the fuck am I hearing? Like, I'm in awe. Like, I'm like, am I actually hearing this right now?
Now,
what is that?
Now, did you partake in anything before this, Gara?
Listen, I may have had a few... No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, right? Honestly, I was on my PC editing, right?
Oh, okay.
3 in the morning.
Editing,
and
okay.
Listen, I took no substances that night, I'll have you know. Oh, I maybe had a couple of digestives in my system. That's it, right? But anyways, yeah, so I was like, what the fuck is that? And here's the weirdest part. So, as it was happening, I was listening there for like 10... I was there for like 5 minutes. No, not 5 minutes. I'd say 2 minutes, I'd say, listening to it. And I was like, man, this is fucking weird. And I was like, do I go out? Do I stay in? What do I do? And then what happened? In literally the click of a finger, it all stops. It was like, it all just came to a sudden stop. And here's the deal. Like, I know how audio works. Audio echoes. Audio doesn't just cut.
Yeah, so it
straight.
wasn't someone playing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what I'm saying. It just cuts straight away. Like, dogs stop barking, not one bark afterwards. And you know what dogs are like, man. When they're going crazy, they don't just suddenly stop. It doesn't work like that. The dogs stopped, the kids stopped barking, and it just all came to a silence. And that's when I got shivers, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, oh my God. So I rang up my girlfriend, and she was like, that's so fucking weird. And then I was telling her that I wanted to go outside and see it, and she was like, don't fucking dare. She was telling me not to and all this, but yeah, I couldn't explain it. Still to this day, I can't. I told my chat. One person in my community told me that that's apparently some common thing in like pagan rituals or something, where it's like they're trying to open a gate to something, and that's like a common noise to hear, like kids and dogs and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? And as I said, I live in Cavan. 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. That's like not normal. That's like, you don't hear that,
yeah,
you know?
Cavan on a Tuesday at 3 a.m. I would not be expecting someone to be doing some pagan ritual anyway, definitely not.
Yeah, so that was the weirdest thing I have ever experienced in my life. So that was very odd. So yeah, can't explain it. As I said, I'm a logical person. Next time I hear it, I'm gonna run out and see what it is. Even though my girlfriend gave me a bollocking, she was like, "If you do that, I'm breaking up with you." So
yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna be a single man for any ladies in the chat.
if you think there's a demon outside, chat, this goes for everybody. Just run out and fight it.
Man, I want to see it though. Curiosity. Like, I'm like you, yeah? If I don't see it, I'm not going to believe it. So curiosity's going to kill me. I'm the stupid cunt in a movie, man, who goes and sees what the noise is. I'm sorry. I've turned into that guy because I'm too curious. You get me?
I am very much of the thinking, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. Yeah. But now, if I'm in a house and I start hearing children giggling and I start hearing dogs barking and I start seeing a chair float in the background, do you know what I'm not doing? I'm not going to figure out what's going on. I'm getting in the I'm getting in the car. I'm going on foot if I had to, but I'll tell you what I'm doing is I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting. Yeah. I'm not waiting to see what's going to happen. Now,
you see, I don't blame you.
I'm out of there. See you later. Sayonara. Toodaloo. I'm gone. You won't see me again. You can keep the house, like, do you know what I mean? I'm gone. I'm out of there.
No, I get where you're coming from, but I'm too curious. You know, if something bad comes of it, feck it. You know, whatever. I'd be too curious. I would need to find out what it is. And after that experience, it has me wondering, and I don't like the feeling of not knowing what it was. I'd rather know than it like happened to me at all. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather know what's going on.
Yeah, but you could go live, bit of good content if you think about it that way.
Oh man, that would be crazy. But I mean, it'd be a bit weird in the moment. Be like, yeah, I heard a load of kids laughing and a few dogs barking. Everybody come watch this. You know what I mean? It'd be a bit hard to sell that now on a stream.
Just title the stream "Fighting Demons in Real Life." There you go.
Fighting demons in Cavan. In brackets gone wrong.
at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday.
At 3 a.m. Have you ever experienced that and you couldn't explain in your whole kind of life?
Nothing like that. No. I've never experienced anything like that. I'm sure we've all experienced hearing noises and stuff like that, but never
yeah.
anything to that extent. Never anything. Like, I've been in the house and I've heard stuff. Although I did say that if I hear noises, I wouldn't go and look. I've been in the house on my own. I've heard noises. I've always gone and looked. I've always gone and make sure all the doors are locked, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe I think if you, in this scenario, you probably react different than how you think you would. So maybe I would go
Yeah.
like you and I try to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because maybe it would
Yeah.
be curiosity to kind of get the better of me. But I would definitely not be running towards the problem if I thought it was something fucking demonic. Anyway, I tell you that much.
I mean, sure, look, you know.
Do you need any I don't know what they're called, the shields, because I have 5.
Oh no, I'm grand here, man. I'm absolutely grand. Put a UAV up there as well. There's literally nobody near us, and we have full real estate here.
Okay, it's a beautiful car here. Right, so in a few minutes we'll open the questions to the chat, and they can kind of run a few questions back. But I kind of want to talk to you about football. Because I know, but like, obviously, we covered the whole. You're a Manchester City fan, and look, we'll let you out that one. But we'll move on. What's your thoughts on the season as a whole? How did you enjoy this season? How did you enjoy the Premier League, the Champions League, and what do you see? Obviously, with City bringing in Haaland, what do you see from City happening next season? Do you think it's going to be a case where he's a signing that's probably going to push you towards winning that, finally winning that Champions League, or do you think you still need more to bring in?
Yeah, so from a personal standpoint, just from the get-go, you know, streaming FIFA full time, I've been even more involved with football because obviously it's relative to what I do. So I feel like this season I've been the most involved possibly ever. Like, I'm doing City watch-alongs. I've even done Norwich watch-alongs on my channel. So I feel like I'm very heavily involved in it. With that being said, great season. I mean, like, Liverpool had a pretty much flawless run and they still didn't beat City. Just goes to show you how good City are. The City played incredible. It was a really good season, even from the point of catch up where Liverpool were like 13, 14 points behind. Yeah. When they were coming back, it made the league interesting again. Even from a City fan, it was like, okay, this is like, shit's happening. And even on the last day, man, it was a surreal experience streaming that live and everyone get to see my live reaction of winning the league and stuff. It was brilliant. With Haaland coming in, I don't think it's going to solidify a European title for at least like 2 years. I feel like when players come into our club, they need time to gel. Very rare you'll see a player come into a club and actually gel with the team straight away and perform. One good example of that, the opposite of that, where they actually have done that, is like, say, Diaz for Liverpool. He's had an exceptional half of the season since he came in, and he's really adapted to Liverpool's style of play. But where City with Pep Guardiola, it's all possession. It's all about how the team plays together. You look at the likes of Jesus. He was a striker. We had him out in the wings for a majority of the season because Pep didn't like him in the middle. Players need time to adjust, and Pep is going to find them the right spot for where they should play. With Haaland, we know he's an out-and-out striker. If anybody's going to assist him, it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne or Luka Modric. The only 2 players on the planet who are able to ping a ball to someone like that. So I'm really happy that he's at City, and I'm hoping we get more goals, because for the majority of the season, our midfielders are like all of our goals, which is very, very rare for like a club that their midfielders actually score most of the goals.
So how do you feel about him obviously coming in? I think he's you mentioned it's going to be hard for him to settle in. We've seen Grealish come in last season for a big amount, and he kind of struggled to fit in, but I think with Grealish, I think we're going to see a better Jack Grealish in the second season. I think it's just the way you play. It probably will take him that first season to kind of get gelled in, get another full preseason behind him, and I think we'll see a much better Jack Grealish going into next season. But you're losing a lot of players as well. You're losing, I believe Gundogan's leaving. Am I right? Is he going back to Germany? I think that's a massive loss. I think that's a massive loss. You're going to have to bring someone in the midfield for that, I feel like, anyway.
Yeah, Gundogan's one of these players who shows up when he needs to. He's been a big presence for City over the last couple of years. Not only that, but you know, we have an abundance of midfielders already, but he's one of those players that plays slightly different to the rest. So he's not like Bernardo Silva or Foden that are going to take on players. He's a bit of a, how do I say, a bit of back and forth. Like, he's just smart on the ball and he knows what he's doing. So respect him a lot. We're losing him. I believe we're losing Jesus. Obviously, Fernandinho's going. And yeah, we need a new wing back. That's the biggest thing as well. I mean, Zinchenko has done decent, but we haven't got a high quality wing back on the same standard as the likes of Kyle Walker to really save us. In some games we'd have, you know, Zinchenko playing wing back, or even the likes of Ake comes in sometimes, and he's not the most reliable defender in the world. So I feel like there's a few patches we could definitely get together, but getting a striker is something that we've really wanted for a while. So that's going to be the biggest impact. After that, I'd say we still will have a decent enough midfield to be able to play around.
You'll definitely have a good midfield, but you are missing, I think, two very important players in Gundogan and Fernandinho.
For sure.
I do think you will probably bring in a midfielder, but it's whether you go and spend big on a midfielder. I don't see Pep going for a Declan Rice. I just don't, with the price tag, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, no.
The Frankie de Jong thing is interesting to me because obviously he's been linked with United, but I think if he was to leave Barcelona because Barcelona are being forced to sell because they're trying to raise funds, I would assume that City would want to get involved. You know what I mean? I'd be surprised if they wouldn't. I think he would be perfect for a team like City. And I think if City did get involved, I think that's United gone. I don't think we'd be able to attract them over Man City, to be honest. So,
I agree with that. I feel like he's up for grabs. I know he said he wants to stay at Barca, but you know, at the same time, I mean, if he signed for City, he's talking about possibly winning a Champions League. He's talking about a league title and a lot of security, knowing that he's going to be a part of a team that's going to, you know, up him as a player as well. You know, obviously 100%. If you're part of that squad, it makes you look a whole lot better. So, yeah, it's a good point. I feel like getting a CDM would be a really important thing for us, but. Look, it's only the start of summer, so I suppose we'll wait and... Oh my god.
Did you just get blown up by a car?
Yes. Could you click on me, please? To heal me.
Don't worry, I'll
Thank you. Jesus. Save the day, Tom. Thank you so much. The car blew up, man. I ran by it and the yoke just went bout.
Now, did I shoot that car a minute ago? There's a 50,
oh, you did.
There's a chance. I do.
Tom, you're setting me up. You have to set me up.
But you can't
make me look bad.
You can't prove it. You can't prove it.
Oh my god. What is that, man?
There's no proof.
Dude, in the mountain, there's a guy there. Oh my god, there's a guy right there.
How are you spotting these people? I still don't see him.
I have a sniper.
Oh, I still don't see him.
He's in there in the mountain.
Where that marker is?
He was up there. Yeah, just be careful of your head, man. Watch your head, boy. Where is he gone? He's gone up to the left, I think.
Oh,
he's gonna find a different angle. You see him?
Yeah.
Show me him.
Someone downed him from behind. I don't know how to mark them.
Oh yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Whoa.
Yeah, there's someone killed him. Someone came from behind him and killed him. There's another fellow up there.
Oh god, it's like that movie Scream.
Yeah, I watched him die. He's up on the
hill.
There he is. Like 102, I think it was.
Oh my god, I got shot on the left. Got shot behind. Guys behind. Funky. Guys right in front of me.
Come on.
I need some backup. Got one.
Fuck, I downed.
No!
I didn't see the one on the left. I only seen the other fella.
I can't see because your arse in the way. This is not good.
I'm back up.
Need to reload. This guy's gonna press us right now. There he is. Hit him once. Oh. Ah, behind! We're dead. We're dead.
We're getting fucking circled here.
Hey, your man wants it. He's nearly dead.
Oh,
what's going on?
I thought I had a grenade and I planted a claymore. That's what's going on. I thought I had a grenade to throw them and I planted a claymore. Oh, I got killed from the fella up on the hill. I know,
man. There's so much going on right now, dude. I'm so scared.
I just got fucking wrecked in that. That's absolutely wrecked. Chat, now's your time. If you want to get any questions in for Gara, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat and we'll get to them in a couple of minutes. Appreciate you if you have any good questions and any questions that you think might be interesting to ask Gara. But I want to talk a little bit more about football. With the Champions League, obviously City weren't able to make it to the final, and it's been something that you've kind of found... Oh wait, hold on, I'm in the gulag. You found it difficult to win in recent years.
Yes.
Where do these people come from? I don't know where they come from. But what I was going to say is it's obviously been difficult to win the Champions League. Obviously, this year Real Madrid won it. There was a bit of commotion on Twitter when some pundits said that they still think that Liverpool and City are the best teams in the world. I would agree with that. I think just because Real Madrid won the Champions League doesn't mean they're the best team in the world. I would still think that City and Liverpool are the best teams in the world. In saying that, do you think it's likely going to be one of those two that win it next year, or do you think we might see another situation, maybe not necessarily Real Madrid, but maybe a Bayern Munich, or I don't think Barcelona will have the players to do it, but someone else will kind of win it, or do you think it might finally be City's year?
I feel like City are the most consistent right now, and I agree with you saying that City and Liverpool are probably the two best teams in the world. Mm-hmm. I think it's the most difficult league, and I'm dead. And they've done the best. They've done the best. You know what I mean? Like, so consistent across the whole league for the year from both teams. And at the end of the day, the Champions League is the cream of the crop, but it's a knockout competition. So it's hard to be consistent in a knockout competition, obviously. You know, if Liverpool had that game against Madrid again, you'd bet on Liverpool winning.
Oh, yeah. 7 times out of 10, Liverpool will win that game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's what I'm saying. I feel like it's a difficult one, but yeah, look, if any year is going to be our year, I'd say I don't know if it'll be next year. I'd say maybe 2024 Champions League. Haaland sets in, we get a season behind us with another CM, and hopefully then. But I get where you're coming from. I feel like there's not a lot of teams right now who look a lot better than City, so it's a good point.
Yeah, I think Liverpool need to strengthen as well. I think if they lose Mane, they definitely need to strengthen. But if they, well, maybe they don't. They have good attacking options, but I think they definitely lack in midfield. I think that's what cost them in the final. I think Thiago's a fantastic player, obviously, but you can kind of see that his legs kind of went. And same with Fabinho, but they're both carrying injuries. I know that. So I think at the end of that game, yes, they missed their opportunities, but I think Real Madrid started to control the midfield a little more, especially when they got the goal advantage, and I thought Liverpool are lacking a midfielder here. So I think if they strengthen in their midfield, maybe a De Jong goes there or something, but a player like that, or a similar player that's just a good quality player, just that they can slot into that midfield, that would fill in. I know Klopp's very particular about who he brings in and what style of players he brings in. But I think if Liverpool can do that, I think they'll be even stronger next season, and it'll be. I think it's definitely used to again for the league next season. I don't care what Chelsea buy. I don't care what Spurs buy. I don't care what United buy. I don't see anybody else coming near the two of you for a few seasons. I think, to be honest, as you might agree or disagree with this, but I think there's probably more chance of Newcastle challenging you in the coming years than there is Manchester United. I really don't think we're going to challenge for at least 5 years. I think we need a massive clear out, and we need a massive influx of new players with good attitudes and good actual attributes, rather than the absolute messers we have in at the moment.
Yeah, no, United are an interesting one. You know, on paper you have absolute stars, but it's just the team's not there. You know, you have certain players who, I don't know if they have personal stuff going on or if they're not being managed correctly, and then you have, like, I don't know, you have some egos in the squad, and yeah, like you were saying, you know, it's not how you imagine United at all. Yeah. So it's weird seeing them like this, and I said it so many times as a City fan. I want to see. It's not that I want to see, but it's sad seeing United do. Like in this state, like for United fans to see this United is mad. Yeah. Even when United's team was way less skilled than this, United were still doing well in Europe. They were still contesting for a title. So you know, seeing that them have stars and actually pay money and do this bad, it's just, you know what I mean. It's a sight for sore eyes. You know what I mean.
I think. And we'll get off United in a second, because I know it can be boring for everybody to hear about all the United problems all the time. But I think the problem with United is the actual structure of the club. I think they've had that many messers involved with the structure of the club that the players have not been coached right and correctly for about, I would say, 5 years now. I can't name one player that's improved massively in the past 5 years. I really can't. Yeah. I really can't name one. I mean, you could argue maybe Rashford, but I think he's very inconsistent even when he's in form. I think he's very inconsistent. Other than that, I don't think there's one player that you could say has improved since they've come to Manchester United. I really don't think there's one. I think Maguire's got worse.
Yeah, he has got worse, 100%.
Fred's got worse. Fernandes was absolutely amazing when he came in, but he's got worse. Martial's was looking like he's going to be the best one of the best young players in the world. He's gone off a cliff. There's a lot of players like that. They come in and they just drop off. You had like we've bought and sold players like a Di Maria, a Falcao, and as soon as they leave, they go and do bits somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
So I think the whole structure, whoever they had coaching the teams and whoever they had getting involved with that over the last few years, I just think it's a disaster. And I think they need to reset that mentality in the club. But I just think it's an absolute mess at Manchester United. I think we're a long way off doing anything. Whereas I think teams like City and Liverpool have an infrastructure built and they have it all sorted. I think that's why they're so far ahead of everybody, because they've already got, like, if you go to Man City, you know what you have to do, you know how you have to play, you very quickly learn what the style is. If you go to Liverpool, same thing. If you go to Manchester United, you may as well be doing the hokey out in the football pitch. Like there's no structure, there's no coaching, there's no style, there's no this is how we play. It's just let's put that's a good player, let's slot him into the team and see how he does. Basically, do you know what I mean? I think that's what happened with Ronaldo. Although you can argue Ronaldo's player of the season for United, it was him or Dave, I would say. Definitely, but. Yeah, he scored 18 goals in one of the worst United team ever, I would say. Well, not ever, but in the Premier League. But bringing him in, was it a good idea? It's difficult to fucking argue if it was or it wasn't, but it's definitely not in the structure that we were trying to go towards. But I think the whole club's just a mess at the moment. I'll go this way.
No, I agree with what you're saying there. I think a couple of years down the line, just a complete revamp is needed. And then from there... kind of see where you end up.
100%, especially with teams like Tottenham now in the Champions League. They're going to improve. Obviously, they have a great manager. They have Arsenal. They qualify for Europa League. Sorry, but they'll improve. They're doing okay under Arteta. You have Chelsea. They have a new owner. They'll improve. Obviously, then you have Newcastle, who I don't think they're going to be challengers necessarily, like for European places straight away. I think they might be kind of 8th place or something like that next season, but I think maybe in a season or two Newcastle will definitely be trying to take that spot. So I think if United don't get their act together, it will be beyond them pretty soon. I think they'll be so far behind a City, a Liverpool, maybe even other teams like a Chelsea or a Newcastle, when Newcastle get their act together, that it might become... Did you kill someone in here?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, his mate's up on the hill. Sorry.
Absolute beast. Like, it's no bother. Oh, that's a sniper. It's a sniper. I don't want that one. AR, there's an AR. Thank you very much.
Oh, here they are. I have an RPG as well, ready to rock.
I'm trying to look up, see if I can see him.
Down one.
Oh, you're
right,
up.
One dead.
You're up there. Hang on a minute, I'm coming.
Okay, on the right. I have an RPG. Incoming! Oh, he's got to run, Get him, Tom! 2! Right, I'll let you finish him off. That's it. Funky down! Oh, I see his mate. I see his mate.
I didn't even shoot him. He just died.
There's a fella in this building. I'm going to RPG him. Come on, this is going to be funny. Come on. Come this way.
Come on.
Right, you ready? We're going to run this room and RPG him. 3 and the 2 and the 1.
Oh, shit, good shot.
Oh, got him. I got him alright.
Couple of questions in the chat. Lexi asked, why don't you wash your hands? I'm assuming this is the thing.
Oh, Lexi, will you stop? I do wash my hands. This is the thing with the community. Basically, my bladder is tiny and I go to the bathroom all the time and they're always like, did you wash your hands? And obviously, I wash my hands. I'm 27 and I play video games. So, yeah. I do wash my hands.
Did you hear that, chat? I'm not the only one who goes toilet 8 times a stream, okay? I'm not the only one.
Let's go. High five, man. High five, man. Let's go.
My chat, during any of my streams, they have a toilet command that tells them how many times I went toilet during the stream.
That's a really good idea.
It's a counter. Tallies up how many times I went to stream. I think my record was 14. I believe.
Oh, that's a great one. We on the pints or are we just normal?
No, I was just drinking a lot of water, you know. It was just how it was.
Ah, okay.
The toilet command is not there now, Ray. It's only during we have it during like if it's a long stream. Yeah. So I think one day we streamed for 14 hours and I went, well, an average at once every hour. But I'll often go 2 or 3 times in like just a 4-hour stream. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Same, 100%, man. Yeah, my bladder's the exact same. It's like just doesn't. You know what I mean? Doesn't like to sit still.
No, we can do, lads. You know what I mean? Drink water. It's healthy. Get the
There you
water
go.
into you. Get it into you. No harm. No foul.
There you go. Bit of hydration.
Exactly. What's your opinion? Host asks, what's your opinion on the current team of the season? I don't even know what the current team of the season is.
Oh, team of the season. Team of the season. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Bruno Fernandes got in there, which is absolute bollocks.
Love that. What you mean? He definitely deserved team of the season. Definitely. It's Fred as well.
Yeah, man, it was bad enough people comparing him, saying that he was better than De Bruyne at the start, and I was like, will you lads stop?
I will make an argument in saying when he came in on form, he was better than De Bruyne, but De Bruyne was the best player. The best. I've said this for years. He's the best midfielder in the world, and I think at one point he was the best player in the world. I don't necessarily think you can say that anymore, but I think for a year, he was the best player in the world. I would say the year before Bruno arrived, I think De Bruyne was probably the best player.
Yeah, he was killing it. You're right. No, he was. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like team of the season. Who else do we have in there? I think a lot of them were fairly deserved.
Bruno has no business being in there. Absolutely no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the one that I was like, what is going on there, man? Because it was Diaz, it was Van Dijk, it was Trent, and it was Cancelo, and I was like, yeah, that's fair for a back four.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay, down here, I'm gonna nail him.
Who was the keeper? Alisson.
Yeah, well deserved again. Knocked one as his mates down there. 36 bullets left. It's not looking good, bruv. I've only 14 bullets, Tom.
Yeah, I'm rushing him.
He's one shot. I've only 14 bullets.
My game's lagging like hell.
Get him, Tom, get him.
He's in the storm now.
I know, yeah, he is, yeah. Come on, Tom.
No,
get him.
I've only... Hang on a minute. I'm trying to reload.
Oh, no, Tom, no.
Am I? Oh, I'm fucking...
I'm dead as well, am I?
Yeah. The circle's getting us here. Circle's getting us here. Yeah, I'm shy at this game.
No!
Well, listen, it doesn't matter if we're shy, lads. It's all about having a bit of crack, right? It doesn't matter. Hold B to give up. I've wrecked. I've died. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make it!
You actually managed. I was never getting into it.
Oh, I had a self-revive. I was crawling in, man. Like, when you're crawling home from Croppers at 5 a.m.
Did you make it?
Yes. I did, yeah.
Good man.
Let's go, the lads.
Absolute superstar. Never mind me saying we're shy. This is the best player in the world here, Jack. To revive himself. That's how good he is. Never mind getting revived. Man revived himself.
That's too commercial, you know what I mean? Like, doing it on my own.
Here's one for you. Ray asks, who's your favourite City player of all time? That's a tough question, though.
It is.
I have a feeling I know the answer.
Yeah, I feel like it's cliche, but I have to, because this guy has just been... I don't think City have ever owned a player... Oh, no. You died, did you?
Yeah. Got a few shots in, though, but I died.
I don't think City ever have owned a player who was questioned to be one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. Bar Aguero, but De Bruyne, it has to be. He's made such an impact for City. He's the superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm going back further in time, I might say the likes of Vincent Kompany. He had a major impact on City as well, and he was a commander too. Also, like Yaya Toure, who was an absolute world-class player.
Yeah. He's what Paul Pogba thinks he is, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, yeah, I'd say in order, it'd probably be De Bruyne, Yaya Toure, and then probably Vinny Kompany. I'd say they'd be my top three. Okay, that's
a pretty standard answer, but it's also, at the end of the day, I think he is probably the best player he's ever had, Kevin De Bruyne. So it's, like, again, I've said it before, I think he's the best midfielder in the world. He has been for years. In saying that, do you think, like, obviously not now, because it's hard to make the argument now while he's still playing, but do you think in 5 years, maybe 10 years from now, the argument won't be Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, it'll be Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, De Bruyne? Do you think he's that good? Because I honestly think he is. I think he's...
Yeah, I don't want to feather it. I mean, De Bruyne is better. Like, on the real, I think Lampard and Gerrard did absolute, ridiculous things for their clubs, but De Bruyne is the better footballer than both of them. Gerrard had something special. I think the Gerrard one is probably the biggest argument. Lampard was good, but yeah, I'd say the real question is Gerrard or De Bruyne. And for me, the better attacking player is De Bruyne. Maybe could argue Gerrard possibly a bit more on the defensive side, even though he was a demon going forward. It's a tough one, but he should definitely be in the conversation. I don't feel like, yeah.
Definitely be in the argument, 100%. I would say, like, the whole Scholes, Gerrard, is that Godzilla? Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard argument is strange to me in the first place because I think they were all very different. They were all, yes, they were midfielders, but Lampard and Gerrard were different. Lampard and Scholes were different, and Scholes and Gerrard were different. You know what I mean? They all played different styles of midfield, so it's hard to kind of compare them. And it's like comparing De Bruyne to Modric.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're different types of players, or De Bruyne to a Kante. They're not similar players. I think it's easier to compare Gerrard and De Bruyne. I do. Because Gerrard played a lot off the right, and he played a lot off whipping the ball in. Good shit. Was that you getting that kill, by the way? Was it? Oh, no.
I think,
Oh, you biffed that one. You did better than me. But yeah, it was I think we will look back in 10 years, and I genuinely think that De Bruyne will be considered, if not, well, he's definitely in the conversation, but maybe the pick by a lot of people. I think even David Silva, I think people will look back on and say, fuck me, he was good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Silva was crazy, man. Yeah. He was unbelievable.
And Aguero as well. I was saying for years, even when Suarez was at Barcelona, that I thought Aguero was the best striker in the world for years. I just don't think, because he was there under Pep as well, I just don't think the style they played suited him. I think if he had went to Barcelona when Pep came in, I think, put it this way, if he was in the Barcelona team instead of Suarez, I think the numbers would have been better for Aguero. People might disagree with that, but I just think Aguero's unbelievable.
No, I think it's a fair point. Aguero had just raw ability in terms of his presence in front of goal. Like he knew when to shoot, he knew what to do. And not only that, but he could pick a pass as well, man. He was unbelievable. So yeah, no, I think that's a fair point. I think they're definitely the two best generational forwards of the Premier League of recent would be Suarez and Aguero. Both of them are, I'd say, they're in a class of their own, nearly.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we'll look back and like how we look back at Henry. I think we'll look back on Suarez,
exactly,
and Aguero. And even like this might come across as biased, but I think Rooney deserves a shout in that as well. I think he does.
Rooney was absolutely world class. I don't think he's brought into the conversation enough.
No, I think he's kind of overlooked a little bit. But like, don't get me wrong. Do I think at their peaks the other two were probably better players? Probably. I mean, Rooney at his peak was a very, very good player. Like there was one time where it was Messi, Ronaldo, Rooney, you know, for a reason. And I think he kind of hurt himself by kind of doing the whole donkey work for the team rather than looking out for himself. I think he kind of suffered from doing that for the team for too many years. And I think that, and then he obviously had a few injuries, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, he's still one of the best strikers to ever play in the league, 100%. And I think he's probably England's, and this might be controversial to any English fans in the chat, I think he's your best ever player. You can disagree with me if you want, but
he's definitely in the conversation.
I think he is. You can argue your bloody Alan Shearers, you can argue your Lampard, your Gerrards, your whoever you want to add. For me, he's your best ever player. And I'll actually fight a lot of you over it.
Go on, trophy slaps there. Ooh.
Yeah. So I touched on something earlier on. I wanted to bring it up again because I honestly forgot about it until now.
Yeah.
But the whole now. Again, Jamie, if you're still here, I'm going to give you another shout out. And Streamer Elite, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it, man. You're an absolute sweetheart. Go on, Gar. Go on. He doesn't even know where you're shooting him from. Go on. Get him. He's running in circles. You're playing me here, basically. He hasn't a clue what's going on. He doesn't even know what day it is. The poor lad.
Look at that lad.
Absolutely wrecked.
Salmon and knowledge.
Oh, look at this fella. He hasn't a clue either.
Oh, man, I've absolutely railed the both of them.
Get over there now. Get over there now and try your balls in his face. Just a rubber. But as
they have to come towards me. Come on, yeah.
He's reviving his mate over there. No?
I know, yeah. Yeah, but they have high ground, so I'm going to stay here. Try to pick them.
Smart. See, I would have rushed him and died. But as I was going to say, another shout out to Jamie. He's organised a few events in the Irish scene, which we spoke about the Irish scene earlier on. But the event that you've been at the I know you didn't make it to the pool one, which I'm not going to get the trophy, but just to remind everybody I won the pool tournament, and then there was
Yes, big man.
there was a poker tournament that I wasn't able to attend, and I believe you came out with the victory in that one.
Did indeed. I did indeed. Yeah.
So
that was good.
So we're talking to currently the only two champions, basically, is myself and
that'd be a fair assessment now. Yeah. I mean,
myself and you. And on that, and I do have a point here, other than that we both won competitions. The E-Day, situation. You've done one E-Day so far, and I said this when I had Jamie on. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to have time to watch it. Jamie had asked me to actually be on it, and I said, look, I don't think I have time. I had other stuff going on, but I worked some stuff around, and I said, okay, I'm going to have time to pop in for maybe an hour, and I found myself in there for the entire thing. It was absolutely hilarious. It was brilliant. The two of you playing off each other. You've worked very well together. I said this when I had Jamie on. The dynamic between the two of you was perfect. You kind of played more of a kind of straight man, and he was more chiming in with the jokes. I think it worked perfectly the way you did it. And the actual overall E-Day thing worked brilliantly as well. I think you did a great job. The guests, the lads that you had on were absolutely fantastic. So you have another one coming up, is the point I'm getting to.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about what's going on with the one coming up, if you can. And obviously, if you have to keep some stuff secret, keep it secret. But what's kind of the idea behind the one coming up? Is it like slightly changed? Have you got guests involved yet? Or are you still looking to kind of get people involved?
So there's a guy here. I'm gonna die. Hold on.
Oh, you're not gonna die. What are you talking about? You're about to kill him. Come on, Gara. Big confidence, lad. Come on. Get over there now. Stun him. Grenade him. And then hit him with a no-scope.
All right, you little bollocks. I must have said anything. Sorry. But yeah, E-Day coming up. It's this Sunday. With the events, me and Jamie, we're trying to do something different, and I think we've captured something great with the E-Day. Even the YouTube video that was released, man, it's so good. Major shout out to Slicks there for editing the video. He did an absolute unbelievable job. It's so entertaining, and not only that, but after watching the video, I honestly felt like it was one of the best bits of Irish content I've seen in a while, as in something different in the scene, something fresh, something that anybody could watch. Anybody can ingest. Like, I had my girlfriend and her housemates watching the last E-Day live, and the edited video is even funnier. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's really good. I feel like it's one of these projects that could break out of the Irish scene, and people from the UK and the US could ingest it as well. So that's why I'm really passionate about it. Me and Jamie, we have a lot of guests lined up at the moment. We usually have a short list of people we want to invite, and then we hit them up, and then we make it work. And me and Jamie, we're always in conversations and kind of getting things together for the show, and we want to make it better and better. We want to elevate it every time. So we have a bunch of fun ideas for it, and like I was saying, we want to add a new dynamic every time, so it's not the same show. We're getting in new people, different rounds. We had a bunch of random rounds the last time. Want some new rounds in this time, and just to make it fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a really good idea. Not that it's just a good idea, but it's such good content. Like, it's gas.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I definitely agree with you. And this one's on your channel this time around, is it?
Yeah, it is indeed. So we're kind of swap back and forth just so we both are hosting, because obviously it needs to be hosted somewhere, and hosting on our brand new channel is probably a bad idea. So yeah, we both get good exposure from it as well, which is obviously really good. Yeah,
100%. I think when it's established on both of yours, that it's been, maybe you've done, I don't know how many of you are planning on doing, but maybe this is something that I really do hope it takes off, because like I said, I think it was absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in the call with you now. I really enjoyed it thoroughly. It's not often I'll sit there and watch, I don't know how long it went on for, but I want to say about 3 hours, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, it was about 3, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that often that I'll sit there and I'll watch something, a stream for 3 hours straight, but it flew by. It was absolutely fantastic. Again, the two of you presented it so well. Big shout out to Alan for doing all the background stuff. But I think it went fantastic. Some of the guests you had on were absolutely brilliant. I'd not heard of any of them before, but there are new people to me, and I think they were absolutely hilarious. So I'll be interested to see what you do with it going forward, because I think as a two, I think you work perfectly together, and I think you have a good dynamic together, and I'm excited to see what you are able to do with it, because like you said, I think it is something that can reach outside of the Irish community. It is something that can kind of branch out into, maybe it doesn't have to be Irish creators you're getting on. Maybe next time you do it, you have a few UK creators on, or it's a creator from the UK that's the person that's that people are looking to date or something. Do you know what I mean? Just something. I believe that whatever you guys do with it, I think it will be successful. And I think maybe if you do it, let's say you do 10 episodes or something, it'll get to the point where then it might be enough for you to probably think about whether you want to keep doing it the ways they're doing it, or maybe you want to make your own channel for it. But I'd agree that making a channel specifically for it now is probably a mistake, because it's hard to kind of bring it is hard to bring an audience from one channel to another. It definitely is. It's hard to bring an audience from one game to another, for God's sake. So it's definitely hard to bringing that audience from, let's say, oh hey, the boat you tweet out, we're live on this channel, come watch. Some people will come watch, but most of the time your entire audience will not come watch. Whereas you just go live with it on your channel, I think you're doing it the right way for now. Definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, for sure. And I appreciate all the compliments, and I really, really do. You know, it's me and Jamie decided that we both want to tackle events together and both bring our minds together to kind of do something special. And you know, the feedback's been very good. So I really, really appreciate it, man, of your comments. I think it definitely boosts the ego a bit, but it makes me more confident knowing that we're doing something right. You know.
Oh no, you're definitely doing the right thing with it. You definitely, like I said. The dynamic between, and can we just get, like, by the way, a round of applause for Gary? He's doing absolutely fantastic. He's still alive. This is the longest we've had. This is the longest we had. Now, he missed that shot, but let's forget about that one. It's okay. He's doing absolutely fantastic.
Bastards.
Well, listen.
Good timing, Tom. Curse to the commentator, Tom. Curse to the commentator.
Yeah, I spoke too soon, but listen, we did well. Look at that, 6 kills. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like you've been bluffing. You've been playing Shark the whole time, and decided to start playing well. That's almost like what happened there.
I said I gave it a go, Tom. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was enjoying the conversation. I was like, I'll give this a go now.
You got rid of the dead weight, and you said, "Let me actually play." That's what happened there, chat. Now let's ignore the fact that I had 0 kills and he had 6, chat. As a team, we've had 6 kills there, chat. We finished in 8th place.
Exactly. Look at that. Like 3,300 damage between both of us. That's brilliant.
Exactly. It's all about teamwork, chat. Okay. When you're on a team, now I died to give Gara the incentive to stay alive a little bit more, so he was able to focus a little bit more, and he was able to get those kills in, because. Yeah. Without that, without that incentive of knowing, okay, I've nobody to back me up here. Now, has he had anyone to back him up in the entire game so far? Probably not. I'd probably be off looking for a gun somewhere. But that's
it was like the Titanic scene, you know, when Jack lets her go and then she stays afloat and she stays alive. That was kind of like it is. You know, you were like Jack there on the door and you were like, go on, setting that there.
Don't get me started on that now. Don't get me started. There's room enough for both of them on that door now. Come on. Jack's been had off there. I reckon that's murder, in my opinion. She said, "Get off me fucking door, Jack," and she got rid of him. There was absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
I mean, realistically, I'd agree with that one. Yeah,
absolute disgrace. So I have a couple more questions for you before we wrap up, and I did say I'd try to keep it around the 2-hour mark. Just a couple of broad questions. Nothing serious. Nothing kind of too noteworthy, but just kind of a few questions to wrap it up. So I've asked these to most people that came on. What's your favorite movie?
Oh God!
I'll allow a top 3 because the few people that have answered this have found it hard to pick one. So I'll allow a top 3.
I appreciate that, but I have one. I Am Legend.
Oh, interesting choice. Why I Am Legend? Big Will Smith fan?
Massive Will Smith fan. I'd kiss him. Not only that, but I love horror movies, and for me that was the perfect balance of like horror and drama and action. It was just like such a good movie. You know, that's a movie that's made me cry. It's made me laugh. I've been scared. It's like it's class. I just love it, man. I Am Legend, unbelievable.
Was it the dog that made you cry?
Oh yeah, man, in that bath, bro. Yeah. That is heartbreaking. Honestly, that is fucking heartbreaking.
It really is. It really is heartbreaking. Great movie, I Am Legend. Absolutely fantastic movie.
What about you?
Mine's The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, classic.
I mean, you can't go wrong. I've another one that I always throw out as a suggestion to people that might not have seen it, but because it's not a overly popular movie, but it's called Lucky Number 11. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of that. I have heard of that. Yeah.
It's a fucking brilliant movie.
Is it good? Is it?
Oh, it's an unbelievably good movie. It's who's in it? Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, what's his name? Josh Hartnett, Lucy Liu. I definitely recommend it. 100% check it out. It's an absolutely brilliant movie.
What a cast.
Oh, the cast is amazing. There's loads of other people in it that I haven't even named. The cast is amazing. But I have another favorite question for you. What's your favorite What's your favorite TV series?
Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer. Sorry, I'm gonna go weeb.
Oh no, so I'm an anime watcher as well. So
Okay.
I don't judge you on that one. I'm actually watching Demon Slayer at the moment.
How far are you in?
I'm only on the first season. I've literally I do this. I don't know if you do this when you watch anime as well. We talked about anime in the last 2 of these shows, so we're talking about it for a third time. Chat, get ready. But what I was going to say was I've only started it, but with anime, I'll find myself I'll watch 6-7 episodes, and then I'll kind of say, okay, I'll watch the rest in a while, and it'll take me weeks to go and finish it. I did the same with My Hero Academia. I watched through the first season, and I haven't gone back and watched the second season yet. It took me months. But I will get around to it, but I find I have to be kind of in the humor to sit down and watch it, and when I want to watch it, I'll binge through a whole series.
Yeah, no, I get that as well. I'm a big binger myself. For me though, once again, it's something like that. If I start a story, that I have to finish it. So for me, it's like if I start watching an anime season and it's like at the start to the end of that season, I would finish the whole fucking thing before I put it down.
Yeah.
So like every night I'd put on 1 or 2 episodes and I'd make it a routine. Like until I find something else. So that's kind of how I take it, and I feel like that's kind of how I've watched a lot of them. Have you seen Attack on Titan?
No, it's on my list. I have that. Oh, what was the other one someone recommended to me? Death Note is on my list as well, but there's another one that I think 3 or 4 people have recommended me. I can't fucking. It's not popular.
It could be
right
what's it called? Full Metal Alchemist. Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's it.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I see Jujutsu Kaisen as well. It's very good. Yeah. Man, honestly, I watch Attack on Titan first, and nothing's come close. It's just blown my mind on like how much I can actually like a TV show. It's just crazy. Like episode 1, you're like, holy shit.
So that's your favorite one, like that's the one you think holy fucking shit.
Demon Slayer is amazing. I got a lot of love for Demon Slayer. It's very close, but Attack on Titan, it's more adult. It's more like it's just mad shit, and it's brilliant.
See, I'm a bit of a basic bitch when it comes to anime, and my favorite is Dragon Ball. I think, but I think that's I've rewatched all the movies of it recently, but I haven't rewatched the show, and I think if I rewatched the show, I might realize that I'm seeing it through rose-tinted glasses because I grew up with it, and I remember it being so good, and I don't remember the 4 episodes it took to finish one fight. So if I went back and I watched it, I'd actually realize, okay, maybe it's not as good as I remember it being.
Yeah. I mean, nostalgia and all that always plays a part. Like, there's something you could watch a while ago and you're like, that's unreal, and you watch it now and you were like, yeah, it was okay. Some don't always stand the test of time, but I've heard like the likes of Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, they're all supposed to be class, but there's some of these series, man, that I see the amount of episodes and I'm like, nah, I can't commit my life to this right now. Yeah, One Piece, man. Was it 1,000 and something episodes, man? Yeah, not a chance.
Yeah, I kind of want to start it, but I also kind of don't want to get involved in a 1,000 episode series.
Yeah, like that's a commitment. That's like a relationship with a TV show, man. You know,
it's a big commitment. Another one I watched. Well, I have 2 actually, but I was very disappointed. I was loving it. Don't get me wrong. At the time, it was probably my favorite thing to watch, and I was amazed by how good it was in season 1. But my God, it went to shite after season 1. Was Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know if you've seen it.
Tokyo Ghoul. I swore I've watched that. Is that the one? Hold on. Tokyo Ghoul.
The main guy's name is Kaneki. And
is that the one with the cafe, or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, that's one with the cafe. Yeah. And they have their quirk. Yeah. No, it's not quirks. That's My Hero Academia. I always get mixed up with that. But what's your favorite type of chocolate? Someone in the chat ask. You can answer that in a second. But the whole Tokyo Ghoul thing. I don't know if you watched all the series of it, but after season 1, it went downhill so quickly, and I watched it, but I was so incredibly disappointed with how bad it was.
I'm so happy you said that, because that was the only anime that I've watched Actually, no. There's 2 animes that I've watched that I didn't finish the first season of, and that was one of them. I was 4 or 5 episodes in, and I was like, man, I don't feel any attachment to the story or whatever. And I know you're saying the first season was good. I found the first season it was all right. I was like, I'll give it a go, but yeah, I just watched it and I was like, I'm not really like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not really like.
I get what you mean. Yeah, see, I've done that with other TV series. Like I've tried Breaking Bad, and this is controversial to some people, but I couldn't get into it.
You couldn't get into Breaking Bad?
No. Tried the first 3 episodes. Now I was watching. I tried this. I reckon if I went back and watched it, I might get into it. But I tried this years ago, and I tried watching it with my ex, and at the time. So again, single ladies, if you're watching, hello.
I give you a bit of advice. If you didn't like that, you're not alone. My girlfriend's the same. She watched that for like 3 episodes and she couldn't get into it. Breaking Bad is one of these shows that you got to be like 10 episodes in, and then shit kicks off. It's like the first, I'd say 5 or 6 episodes are character building. It's you understanding the dynamic of like changing from being a teacher to something mad. Do you get me? It's like they're building that up at the very start. So I understand why you couldn't get into it. I don't blame you. I still think Breaking Bad for me is like one of the best shows of all time. I put it up there highly, but it definitely needs some time to kind of ease into it. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I hear everybody that likes it always says that it's either A, their favorite show, or B, it's one of the best shows ever. But I for whatever reason, I just couldn't get into it. And I think it's because we tried to watch it together, and neither of us were that into it, where I think if maybe one of us were into it, we would have kind of pushed on for a few more episodes. I think that probably would have been. It was the same with The Walking Dead. Couldn't get into that either. But I want to go back to anime for a second. There's one I want to mention because I always bring it up to anybody.
I've opened the canister now.
There's one I always want to mention to people because it's one I've not heard a lot of people bring up. There's only 1 season of it, but fuck me, it's good. It's called Juni Tyson Zodiac War.
What in the name of God is that?
This is what I'm saying. I'd never heard of it. A friend of mine, she recommended it to me. She said, watch this. I think you'd like it. This is when I first started getting deep diving into, because I only started getting really, like, I'd watched Dragon Ball and Pokemon and stuff like that, but I only started really getting into anime at the start of lockdown. So she recommended this, and she's like, I think you'd really like this. Check it out. There's only 1 season of it, but go watch it. Oh my God, it's very good. I think you'd like it.
What's it called? Spell it for me.
JUNITAISEN. Zodiac War. So ZODIAC War. Obviously, you can spell war.
Zodiac. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's only 1 season of it. I think it's on like the usual places you'll get anime. I'm pretty sure. It's a few years old, and there's talk of a 2nd season coming out. But with how you described Attack on Titan, I think you'll enjoy that. I really do. It's a lot more adult. There's a lot more gore to it, but it's also it's very interesting. It kind of builds the characters in a way that you're invested in the characters. Really, really good. Really good. Cannot recommend it highly enough. Now, I've probably hyped it up too much that you're probably not gonna enjoy it if you watch it, but I definitely would recommend it.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a look. I think that looks interesting. That was the reason why I attached to Attack on Titan, because it's still the only anime to this day that I feel like was fully like adult themed. I feel like they always kind of try to bring in the kind of teenager element to it, but with Attack on Titan from the get-go, you know that's not the vibe. You know it's different. So that's why I attach to that. Demon Slayer, it's a bit more kind of teen, even though it's feckin' gory. It's a bit more teenagery, but I can still appreciate it a lot. So if it's like that, I'll definitely attach to it.
Yeah, I'd agree with Demon Slayer. I found it very easy to watch because it was quite similar to stuff I'd already been watching. So I do think I'd probably, from what you've said, I think I would like Attack on Titan, but I think I just need to, at the end of the day, I just need to put it on and watch it. You know what I mean? As soon as I finish Stranger Things, I'm on to Attack on Titan. I'll tell you that right now. For
yeah, I need to start that as well. I heard it's unreal. I'm literally going to watch probably after the stream tonight. Chill out and stick it on.
Definitely, you have to do it. It has to be done. I'm on the final episode, so no spoilers here.
Is it good so far? Yeah.
It's wonderful, man. It's one of my favorite TV shows, so I've loved this since it first came out.
Savage, cool.
So, Gara, I just want to say this is probably where we're going to be wrapping up. Okay. You can answer what your favorite chocolate is if you want, since we got the question in the chat.
Yeah, no, I will. I know about it. Favorite chocolate is There is a vegan chocolate from Lidl that's absolutely amazing. I don't know where they got it from, but it tastes very good because usually vegan chocolate is shit. So it has nuts in it as well. It's lovely. I don't really. Apart from that,
Okay, hang on a minute. I didn't have any more questions, but now I have more questions. Why vegan chocolate?
Cause majority of my diet is vegan, but I'm vegetarian.
Okay, that wasn't something I knew. See, I am lactose intolerant, so I eat vegan products.
Very good.
I'll eat, like, I drink soya milk, soya yogurt.
Same. Yeah.
And I've same thing. Don't like vegan chocolate. I bought vegan Magnums recently. Have you tried them?
Yeah, they're decent. They're decent.
So to me, I'm not a chocolate fan anyway. Never have been. Don't think I ever will be. Like, if I was to go to a shop, even before I was lactose intolerant, I'm not buying a bar of chocolate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm buying a packet of crisps maybe or so.
Same. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would not, like, chocolate is not my, even cheese. I've said, like, people always say, oh, but you must hate being lactose. No, don't miss cheese. Never really a cheese fan.
Yeah.
Not a chocolate fan. So I don't really miss it at all. But that's interesting. Cool fact. I never knew that about you, that you're vegetarian.
Yeah. See, I know no one sees it, like, because I feel like when you think about a vegan or a vegetarian, you see them in a certain way, and it's not usually me. I found that a lot. But yeah, no, it's something. It's something that I'm fairly passionate about. Like, my girlfriend is fully vegan, and I met her, and like, I used to eat meat around her. I'd be eating ribs, fucking pizzas, meat feast pizzas, and all this. No bother. And yeah, one day she was like, "Oh, I want to watch a documentary. Will you watch it with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, no bother." And then she was like, "I heard it's fucking fairly bad now," and I was like, "Look, we'll watch it. It'll be grand." Because I was always interested, I'm a very inquisitive person, and I want to know things. If you couldn't tell, with me wanting to chase the fucking demons out in Cavan. But yeah, I used to always ask her questions about veganism, be like, "Oh, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why is this way and not that way and all that?" And so when she was like, "I have a documentary explaining loads of shit," I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And yeah, it was a documentary called Dominion, and bro, fucking 3 minutes in, she's bawling her eyes out, crying. Because, like, there's animals getting slaughtered, there's like inhumane things being done. Basically set up a load of hidden cameras in like a farm, and they were showing like what actually happens. And it was horrific. And she was like, "Can we stop watching?" And I was like, "No, you know what? You asked to watch it. We're gonna finish it together." Even though she was crying, I was like, "Look, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna watch together, and at the end, we'll see how we feel." And then yeah, by the time the movie was done, I was like, "I'm not touching meat again. I'm out." That was like a moral dilemma for me, where before I wasn't really thinking about meat and the process of it. That for me was like the turning point where I was like, "Look, this is like bad." So I was like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much how it happened.
Fair play to you. Now, the only thing I took from that was that you forced your girlfriend to watch something that she didn't want to watch anymore.
That's the bit everybody's like, "What?" But look, I mean, she asked to watch. She asked to watch it. I said, "We're finishing it."
That's true. No, guy. I would have said, if you don't want to watch it, you don't want to watch it. Maybe watch it. I'll watch it. You don't have to watch it. I'll watch it at my own time if I want to learn about it. But no, sit there and you bloody watch it, all right? Don't move.
No, but look, she put me in a situation where I've already seen some of it. So I'm like, "No, we're fucking gonna finish this together." I says, "Look, we're gonna do this together." For both of us, because she was like, she used to do a lot of what's it called, where like you go around and you like educate people and stuff. She used to do all that, and like did this kind of helped fuel our passion as well with it, because like obviously you're seeing really graphic stuff, and for me it was like an eye-opener. So yeah, no, afterwards she was glad that we both watched it together, and now we're like, we love kind of experiencing, vegetarian and vegan stuff together. Like, we'll always look for vegan or vegetarian things that come out in shops and kind of try them together. And it's kind of it's like a fun experience at the same time, because you're doing something different.
It's definitely a lot easier. Like, again, I only know it as being lactose intolerant, so I probably wouldn't be looking for as much vegan or vegetarian options as to you would. But there's, even in the past 2 years, I would say, there's been a massive influx in how much vegan/vegetarian products there actually is in Ireland in particular. Anyway, I'm sure it was everywhere else for a while, maybe in the States, maybe in the UK, but I felt like Ireland took a few years to kind of get the ball rolling on a lot of products, but now we seem to have everything. Anything you can think of, we have everything.
Yeah, no, like, man, when I started going vegetarian, it fucking sucked ass. There was like nothing. There was
Chips
barely
every day,
any
was it?
substitutes. Pretty much, man. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like chips and whatever else I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
But there was no substitutes. And then luckily over COVID, everything started like veganism became like I wouldn't say trendy, but it became commercial. You know.
Yeah.
So companies were bringing in substitutes on the regular. My local supermarkets like Super Value and Lidl were bringing in vegan options, and I'm like, this is fucking insane. I can actually eat this food and not have to travel, not have to order, or just like live a normal life, man. Because at the end of the day, like I don't really like vegetables. I know it sounds stupid. I don't really like vegetables, so these substitutes are what I like live off of. I mix them and I make them into meals, making wraps or stir fries or whatever. So these substitutes are huge for me because I come from a heavy meat eating background, straight into this, man, cold turkey, like. So I needed that, and yeah, now we're in a really good spot, thank God, with all the vegan options and shit. So yeah, I'm really happy that it kind of all came together.
That's good. I just showing the chat there. I have a vegan pick and mix. I will.
Yeah.
I will go out my way to buy stuff like that. I just think if most of the time they're nicer. I find as well. Like even with crisps and stuff like that, I buy a lot of lentil crisps. I buy a lot of lentil chips just because I think they're a lot nicer. I've said this on my stream. Like, I wouldn't claim to be an overly healthy person, but I don't eat a lot of shy. But I've started only recently because I was feeling, I'm sure, like, you maybe not, because you're eating, I'd imagine, quite healthy on a vegan diet or vegetarian diet. But
not as good as you think, no.
Deep fried stuff like that. But
grass, how you getting on?
But I was feeling very run down. I was feeling very tired all the time. I said, right, something needs to fucking change here. So I need to change something.
Yeah.
So what I did was, right, I'm not eating any more gluten. I don't think I could give up meat now. I think if I was shown stuff and shown different meals I could have, I probably could. But at the moment, it's not something I'm thinking about. But what I did say is, okay, I already don't eat dairy. Let me try cut out something else. What can I get rid of that's probably going to make me feel better? So I stopped eating gluten, and fuck me, 3 days later I was more energy, I was waking up earlier. My whole sleeping pattern changed. Whereas before I was going to bed at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, I was waking up at 12:30. Do you know what I mean? Like I was one of those. Whereas then I went and I was getting tired at maybe midnight, and I was waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning at the latest. You know what I mean? I just felt more productive. I was doing more. I was more energetic. I had more energy to go out and do things. I had more energy to get involved and get stuck in and actively, like, start editing, start making content, whatever it was. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, just in terms of being a streamer as well, what you eat, I think, without realizing it, can be very important.
No, you're dead right, man. And so many people have said that as well that I've heard of. They cut gluten out of their lives, and their lives are way better. Like, they have more energy and they're more productive. So you're dead right. It's no fucking chance that that's happened to you. You know what I mean? Obviously, my girlfriend as well, she studies nutrition. So not only like has she kind of explained the whole vegan vegetarian thing to me, but she gives me a lot of tips about my diet, and she understands how the body works and what gives you energy and what doesn't. So it's really interesting. You know what I mean? Like, if you're like the way you were saying about streaming, you're at your desk all day.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you maximize your diet, you'd be so much more productive because your body's not in an energy state. Your body is in relaxed mode. If you think about it, you're sitting down on a chair, you're looking at a screen, your body's not active. And if you don't get outside and go for a walk every day or go for a run or fucking whatever, your body's going to be constantly in this mode where you're tired and your body's like in relaxed mode. And that's why you say, like, you go to bed late, you wake up at a mad time, and you always feel out of energy. So it's so true, man. Cutting things out your diet can really fucking help your productivity.
100%. And chat, do you hear that? Listen to that, and then drink lots of water as well, chat. Don't be sitting...
There you go. Plenty of pissing as well now. Plenty of pissing.
Yeah, get your small bladder sorted, chat. I want a worksheet, and I want you to come back to me in a week's time and tell me every day how many times you've gone toilet for that day. I want you can do it on Google spreadsheet if you want. I want ones and twos categorized and how long your twos taken. So if they're taking more than 5 minutes, that's a good thing, because you're having a good time. I take about 15 minutes. But Gara, on that note, that's what we're going to wrap up. So I quickly want to say thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you taking 2 hours of your time, or 2 hours 20 minutes, whatever we're at now. I know I in particular was absolutely horrendous at Call of Duty, but look, it's all about having a bit of crack. So I do really appreciate you coming on. I know it's a bit outside of my chat's comfort zone, so we don't always have the same numbers we might have when we stream something else, but feel free to give yourself a shout out, say anything you want to say, promote anything you want to promote. Happy to let you do so. If you want to shout out your girlfriend again, shout out to your girlfriend. Whatever you'd like to shout out, this is your moment.
Nah, I appreciate it, man, and like really, really thanks for having me coming on, dude. Like, this is like the same experience that I'd have if I was like to have you on my podcast. Like, I'm actually getting to know you, which is great. You're somebody I wanted to chat to for a while, and I didn't get to make it to Jamie's event, obviously meet you and stuff. So honestly, it's been really good to chatting to you, man. All talk aside, it's been really good. I'm not gonna share anything. I'm just gonna encourage anybody in the chat. Keep supporting Funky and what he's doing. Tom's a fucking great guy. I feel like I'm a very good judge of character, and Tom's brilliant. So keep supporting what he's doing. Keep getting behind him. You know, he's doing bits right now, not only in the Irish scene, but with the WWE, is it WWE Supercard? Is it Supercard?
That's it.
Yeah, doing bits right now. So keep supporting him, keep subbing, up his monthly revenue, and do it as often as you can. I'd appreciate that from my perspective as well, because he's doing great and he deserves the support. He's a great guy.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Right, again, Garrett, thank you so much for coming on. And again, it was great to get to know you. I really appreciate you using your time. I know you've had a really busy day today by all looks of it. So again, I appreciate you taking a few hours at the end of the day to get involved with the stream. Appreciate it again for having you on. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be doing in the future. The stuff you've been doing, like I mentioned, with Jamie in particular, has been fantastic. And even the Legion stuff you've been doing has been great as well. It was lovely to be involved with yourself and Alan there last week with that as well. So again, thank you very much. And yeah, that's it. Chat. I'll be sticking around to speak to you for a minute or two afterwards. But Gara, again, thanks very much for coming on, man. I really, really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a good one, man.
Thank you so much, Tom. See you later, chat. Have a good one, guys. Bye. Chat.
I am the best. I am the best Call of Duty player you will ever see. Now, is that a game I'm going to bring as a regular feature to the channel? Maybe not. What did you think of Gara? Did a lot of you know Gara before having him on? He's a person I've watched and I kind of lurked in their streams for a while. And I found him, let me mute my own stream here. I found him very entertaining. I think he's great. I think anybody who likes me, I think you'll have a lot of time for Gara. I think you'll have a lot of time for him. I think he's very engaging with his chat. I think he's very focused on, similar to what I'm focused on, in terms of he will focus on his chat. He's all about his community. He's all about getting you guys involved, which you know I'm all about. I will try to interact with everybody as much as possible. So I would highly encourage you to go check Garrett out. He didn't want to give himself a shout out, so I ain't giving him one. Go check him out. He's very, very good at what he does. Very entertaining. Not as handsome as me, but you know what? Not everybody can be. But he's great. Honestly, honest to God, go check him out. I really would appreciate it from me if you went and checked him out. Thank you all for watching. This is probably where we're going to wrap it up. As always, the full VOD is available next week if you missed the start. Every Tuesday, we have a new episode, and every Tuesday, the other VOD from the previous week goes up on YouTube. So this will be going up next Tuesday for you if you missed the start of it. If you want to see some elite Call of Duty Warzone gameplay. No Godzilla. Bit upset about that. But I think if there was a dinosaur chasing me around the map as well as the people shooting at me, I probably would have done worse. So there's that. But we had a great time. Thank you so much to everybody that stayed tuned and watched. I really appreciate those that support me on this kind of new venture that I'm doing and trying to kind of get out of that comfort zone. So I appreciate those that do stick around and watch. I really do. Thanks again to Gara for coming on. Thank you to Alan for the raid, for the gifted subs throughout the stream, and to Dan for the raid as well. I appreciate you all watching again. Thank you very much. That's it, people. Have a good night. I'm going to watch Stranger Things episode 7. Peace out.